ranked Oklahoma State. Later on tonight, that's in Houston. 12th ranked Vanderbilt will take on USC. They'll play that game in Irvine later on this afternoon. That is a look at your SEC scoreboard. It is presented by Air Comfort Solutions, your total home solution for plumbing, heating, air conditioning, and electrical. Make the winning call today. So Malachi Weatherspoon has completed his warm-up tosses, set to go here in the top of the first inning. The defense behind him has Trey Gamble out in left. Jason Walk patrols center field. Sam Christensen is around in right. And the defense on the infield finds Dawson Willis at third. Jackson Willits is the shortstop. It's Kyle Branch at second base. Dayton Taki down at first. And Scott Mudler gives the signs to Malachi Weatherspoon, who is ready to go. Though he is a starter, he works out of the stretch. A lot of guys do that these days. And the left-hand batting center fielder, Roberto Gonzalez, is in for the Matadors. Righty to lefty. First pitch misses a little bit down and in. Wind, just a gentle breeze. You can see it rippling Old Glory out there in center field. The stands are all covered right behind home plate and up the first base side in shadows. As this pitch is hit pretty well to left, chasing toward the left field corner is Gamble. He looks up, he reaches up, and it bangs off the wall. Gathered up in the corner, he kind of double clutched it, getting it back in. It's a leadoff double to the warning track in left by Roberto Gonzalez, and the Matadors have their opening base runner in scoring position.
Yeah, that's a really good swing by Roberto there, just driving that ball to the opposite field. Sitting dead red for a 1-0 fastball, sitting dead red. It drove it to left field, really good.
How does the ball carry in this ballpark? It's differently depending upon the day?
It definitely depends on the wind. It's all about the wind. And if that wind's blowing out to left, you better be ready as a pitcher. You might get a couple of fly balls that you didn't expect. That'll be going out of the park.
So Gonzalez is at second base. He had a triple last night, in fact. He was 2 for 4 in that game. And that'll bring in Kyle Panganiban, the third baseman. Little inside leg move, and Weatherspoon goes out to second base. Panganiban was 0 for 4 with a pair of strikeouts in yesterday's game. Shows bunt, pops the bunt up, and Weatherspoon sprints off the mound to field it. That will hold the base runner at second base. So the execution not good there by Panganiban. The Sooners get the first out here in the first inning. That will bring in Colton Boardman, the second baseman. Now we'll see what Eddie Cornejo decides to do after the sacrifice goes awry. Colton Boardman, left-hand batting second baseman. He was 1 for 3 with a walk last night, leading this team in hitting with a .320 batting average. Right-hander to left-hander, and Weatherspoon misses outside. A lot of juice on that fastball, 95, 96.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I remember facing him in back in the fall, man. I did not like it, and then he has that crazy, depthy curveball there, and so I was always trouble facing Malachi.
1-0 pitch, another fastball. This one misses outside. This is the third start for Malachi Weatherspoon. 1-0 record. His ERA is 2.89. Got a opening win against Lehigh in the season opening series here in Norman. Went 5 innings, gave 3 hits and 1 earned run. There goes the runner, Gonzalez, toward third. Mudler's throw is a little wide, and swiping back is Willis. Nearly got the tag on Gonzalez because Gonzalez went head first and slid past the bag. And so Willis wasn't going to get him initially, but then when he noticed that Gonzalez had slipped past the bag, he tried to swipe back there, and Gonzalez got back in time, so he has a stolen base. If you're not used to sliding on turf, you got to get acclimated to it, and that might take a game or two, right?
I was going to say, I don't think you can ever get acclimated to it, because I swear, I mean, even though we played here all the time, even guys on our team would slide past the bag. And so, especially when it's wet out there, luckily we don't have any rain in the forecast today or any wetness going on, and so hopefully we don't have too many of those people sliding past the bag.
So it's a runner at third with 1 away, and the 2-1 misses outside to Colton Boardman. A little bit of trouble here for Malachi Weatherspoon after the leadoff double from Gonzalez. He has stolen third. Gonzalez now 2 for 2 in the stolen base department this year. 3-1 pitch to Boardman, headed home. Swung on, hit in the air down the left field line in foul ground, and that will breeze on out of play out near the Sooner bullpen as both Gamble and Jackson Willits gave that one a chase. Beg your pardon, that was the third baseman Dawson Willis giving chase. So the count rolls to 3-2 on Colton Boardman.
And even on a play like that where you see that foul ball is just keep carrying out of the play, I mean, just depending on how the wind would be, I mean, if that wind's blowing out to right field, I guarantee that ball stays in play.
Wasn't going to bring this up, but I did talk to Skip Johnson about your outfielding ability.
Yes.
He said you're one of the best that he has coached out there in the outfield.
Well, that's pretty high praise coming from Skip and all of the guys that he's coaching, so I really do appreciate that. And that just comes from all of the trust factor, and them believing in me and me believing in where they're positioning me and things like that, and just going after it.
3 balls and 2 strikes here to Boardman. He fouls a pitch off. Payoff pitch. Sooners have the shortstop. Willits really shaded up toward the middle. He's not all the way behind the bag at second base, but he's close. And there's strike 3. And Boardman not doing himself any favors with the plate umpire, David Savage. He flicked the bat away and was trying to buy that ball 4 call. Instead, he gets rung up.
Yeah, Chad, really good pitch there by Malachi. Especially with less than 2 outs there with a guy on third. That's a really big out there.
So it is 2 down, runner at third, and Cameron Calvillo, the DH, is in from the right side against Malachi Witherspoon. It is Malachi's 7th strikeout, and a good breaking pitch in there for a called strike. 0-1. Calvillo is a junior out of Castro Valley, California. He's a Gonzaga transfer after playing 2 years at Olone College. Hits this one in the air to right, tailing toward the Sooner right fielder Sam Christensen. He jogs in about 10 steps and puts it away medium depth out in right. So the leadoff double is stranded. Good job getting out of it by Malachi Witherspoon, and the Sooners come to the plate for the first time in this one when we return. Hart, and the defense behind him finds Andrew Becker in left, Roberto Gonzalez, the center fielder. Tyler Mejia is around in right. It is Kyle Ponganiban down at third, Elijah Fairchild, the shortstop. Colton Boardman plays second, Matthew Pena, the first baseman, and doing the catching today is Matthew Carrata for the right-hander, Noah Reinhardt. He has no official record. This is his 3rd appearance, 2nd game he has started. He's pitched 7 1/3 innings, an ERA of 6.14. Jason Walk homered in this situation yesterday, leading off the bottom of the 1st inning. Shows bunt this time, and he takes a strike. What a weapon to have a leadoff man with pop like Walk has.
Yeah, man, that was a big-time home run there by him yesterday.
The 0-1 pulled on the ground in the hole between first and second, and that's through into right field. So leadoff home run for Walk yesterday, leadoff single today. He's had a hit in all 10 games. Man, what a great start. You could see this last year coming with him, couldn't you, when he got that opportunity? The injury to John Spikerman gave him a little playing time, and he's taken full advantage.
Oh, man, he's doing a really good job out there at the top of the order, too, man. Just getting on base early in the game, too, is really, really crucial.
That brings in the shortstop, Jackson Willits. He's gone a couple of games now without a hit, as Jackson Willits feel like he is due for one. 13 runs scored on the year, has him tied for 5th in the SEC, and he wails at the first pitch, fouls it back. He kind of shrugged his shoulders like, okay, I had that one.
Yeah, and I know he wants that one back, but hey, he looks good up there. That was a really good swing and the ball in the zone.
Walk runs very well, and they know that. The throw over to first, and Jason leans back in.
Yeah, I wonder how many times they'll pick off over there to jaywalk, especially with him getting picked off yesterday as well. You know, they're paying really close attention to him.
He's been thrown out 3 times this year, which I think just has him mad. There he goes. It's a pitch out. The pitch is up and away, and no throw down, as Carrata had a little bit of difficulty coming up with that, and no chance to throw out the very speedy Jason Walk, who is now 5 out of 8 in the stolen base department.
Yeah, I know he talks a lot about wanting to get on that leaderboard there for stolen bases. So
the record is held by OU assistant Todd Butler, and he swiped 46 bases in 1988. Can Jason Walk get there?
I think he can. I know him and Todd probably have talk a lot of stuff to each other, and so I'm excited for him to see him to continue his season and keep stealing bases as he's doing right now.
There he goes. Willits drives one in front of the right fielder. Mejia comes up with it. Walk trots in easily as he was running with the pitch. And Jackson Willits, his first hit in the last 3 games, delivers the opening run. An RBI single to right field makes it 1-0 Sooners.
Really good piece of hitting right there by Jackson Willits. I know he was trying to get that ball over to the right side of the field with Jason being at second. So doing a really good job of playing baseball already.
So Willits takes his turn at first. Nobody out in the Sooner first inning. And Jackson Willits has driven in his 10th run of the year. In from the left side is the left fielder Gamble. Swings at the first pitch. It's a fly ball towards center and right center field. Ranging a bit to his left is Gonzalez. And the center fielder will squeeze it for the first out. Jackson Willits has to return to first on that fly ball out off the bat of Gamble. Crowd got excited, didn't they? They thought that ball was hit a little harder than it was.
I'm hearing that crowd. I was like, oh, that ball might carry. But like we said, with that wind blowing in today, who knows what will happen.
One away for Easton Carmichael, the Sooner DH today. Tripled and doubled in yesterday's game. First pitch a little bit low and away from Noah Reinhardt.
Yeah, really excited to see what Easton does today, as I did claim him as my pick to click today, right? So,
will it be good or will it be the jinx, the broadcaster's jinx?
I know that this will be a first-time broadcaster's jinx for me, huh?
Easton batting .273, 3 home runs, 11 runs driven in for him. All-American last year. That pitch is blocked by the catcher, Kurata, as it darted down into the left-handed batter's box, sending the count to 2-0 on Easton Carmichael.
Yeah, it's really good take there by Easton. I know he's wanting to get after that fastball early in the count, but them throwing those sliders in the dirt, man, he's doing a really good job of taking those pitches.
2 runs scored and a run batted in for Easton yesterday. A throw over to first chases Jackson Willits back in. Noah Reinhardt is a great comeback story for CSUN, this junior right-hander out of Rancho Cucamonga, California. There's another throw over, and not much of a lead over there for Willits. He's just kind of slowly sauntering back to the bag on these pickoff attempts. Reinhardt was at Sacramento State for 2 years, but had arm injuries both years. As Carmichael slashes this one foul and out of play over on the third base side. Noah Reinhardt didn't pitch due to injuries, 2 separate arm injuries. And last week he made his first start since 2021. Went 4 2/3 innings and gave 4 runs. Got a no decision in the series against BYU for the Matadors. 2-1 fastball, just a little bit outside, 91 miles an hour on that fastball. And 3 balls and a strike now. You know, Carmichael is sitting on one.
Sitting on something over the plate here, licking his chops.
The 3-1, he swung through that one. Another fastball on the outer half.
It's just a really good pitch there. Really good swing by Easton. Just a dot of a pitch right there for a 3-1.
Walk and Willits each with hits in the inning. Willits has driven in the first Sooner run, 1-0 Oklahoma. There's another throw over. A little larger lead for Willits that time. He had to dive back into the bag.
Yeah, with it being 3-2 count, I wouldn't be surprised if Reggie's trying to get somebody moving over there at first.
Matadors may be thinking the same thing. There he goes, the 3-2 pitch. It won't matter as it's upstairs in ball 4.
Just a really good AB there by Easton, just taking what they're giving him.
So now Oklahoma in position for a big inning here. Runners at first and second, a run home, and only 1 out in the bottom of the first. The batter will be Sam Christensen. He is 6 out of his last 11 at the plate, and now batting .455. A home run, 2 triples and he has driven in 8. First pitch misses away, 1-0.
Yeah, really proud of Sam and how he's kind of come on during this season. I don't think I've ever batted .455 here at OU, so.
The 1-0 misses down and in. Fastball and 2 balls, no strikes. This is a dangerous pitch for Noah Reinhardt early in this game.
Oh, yeah, big 2-0 count right here. Looking for a fastball over the middle of the plate, something you can drive.
He swings and pops it up. Got a pretty good pitch to hit. Shading his eyes is the shortstop Fairchild. He'll give way to the left fielder coming in, Andrew Becker. And Becker makes the catch about 15 feet shy of the infield, as it turns out. That's a tough play for the shortstop, fighting that high sky with the bright sunshine.
Oh, yeah, and that's just a really good pitch by the pitcher there, man. I mean, that ball was looked in a little bit. It looked like it kind of got Sam a little choked up, a little jammed up, and so just a really good pitch, really good pitch right there.
2 down, runners at first and second, and Kyle Branch, who has a base hit in all 9 games this year and leads the Sooners with a .457 batting average, stands in from the right side. Reinhardt deals, and a bouncing ball toward the second baseman Boardman fields and throws a little bit off balance, but gets him in plenty of time. The inning is over. Sooners strand 2, but get a run on 2 hits. An RBI single from our concession partners, Anheuser-Busch, Fletcher's Original Corny Dogs, Coca-Cola, The Baked Bear, Community Coffee, Taco Mayo, Wonderfolk, and Boomerang Diner. Alongside the 2022 national runner-up outfielder at Oklahoma, Kendall Pettis, I'm Chad McKee on a beautiful day here at Eldale Mitchell Park. Sooners lead the CSUN Matadors 1-0. It'll be Matthew Pena, Andrew Becker, and Tyler Mejia, 5, 6, and 7 in the CSUN lineup here to face Malachi Witherspoon, who is set. And his first pitch misses a little bit up and away. Great crowd here. Sooner softball is playing today as well, and they don't start now for about an hour, so maybe we got some fans that are going to watch here and move on down the road a little later.
Beautiful crowd out here.
1-0 pitch. Also outside. Section 405 is almost full out there.
I know, I'm liking all the good renovations. Shout out Sooner Club to that one and then things of that nature, but it's really popping out here today, so I'm enjoying it.
Got some new club seating options. We have Section 405, got a new sound system here at the ballpark as well, all part of the continuing improvements as Malachi Witherspoon misses downstairs. 3-0 the count.
And we needed that new sound system too. I was trying to get into a groove, listen to my music while I'm walking, and I just couldn't hear it.
I think you turned it up so loud you blew the speakers on the old system. 3-0, and that's a 4-pitch walk issued to Pena. If there has been one issue for Malachi this season, maybe it has been the free passes, as that is his 7th walk surrendered in his 3 starts. So it's a leadoff walk to Pena, bringing in Andrew Becker.
Oh, yeah, I think for any pitcher, I know pitchers hate walks, and I know coaches don't like walks as well, so I know that's something that Malachi definitely does not like to see right there.
His first pitch to Becker comes right back with a fastball for a strike on the outer half. Andrew Becker was 1 for 3 yesterday. He's a freshman out of Solano Beach, California. Chokes up on that bat handle in from the left side, swings through that pitch, another fastball, and it's 0-2.
How many freshmen do they have in their lineup?
A bunch. And they are loaded with freshmen, and that's something Eddie Cornejo said. They're just kind of playing through those early growing pains. The 0-2 misses away. You got a chance to visit with Eddie Cornejo, both of you former Sooners, and he has a couple of former teammates over there in the Sooner dugout, in fact.
Oh, yeah, I saw Eddie on the field and wanted to introduce myself. I know that he was a former Sooner athlete as well, and so I went up to him. I saw that he was talking to Russ and introduced myself, and he's a great guy, and I wished him the best, and I continue for as much success.
This pitch is fouled out of play by Andrew Becker. He was talking to me yesterday about he and Reggie Willits locked the clubhouse when they were not playing well. Wouldn't permit teammates to dress or use the locker room. They had to do so in the parking lot to kind of keep them from being entitled.
Yeah, I bet you that would keep me keep me from not wanting to lose too many games as well.
This one is slashed back up the middle by Andrew Becker, and he has a base hit. Stopping at second is Pena. And once again, the Matadors have a threat brewing. They had a runner reach third after a leadoff double in the first. And here it's a walk and a single, and the first two runners have reached.
Yeah, definitely with men on first and second with no outs, I would be expecting a bunt here. Not really used to infield positioning with bunting and stuff. You know, I'm in the outfield, so I would always try to see what Mud was putting on, but I didn't understand what he was putting on there.
So Mudler does come out to signal the defense. In from the left side is Mejia. No bunt shown. Swings away and hits a roller to the right side. Sooners will go to second for one. The return throw, it was dropped actually. Did Willits hang on long enough to even get an out? He did not. So everybody will be safe, and the bases are loaded. And Kendall, it looked like Jackson Willits just dropped the ball.
Yeah, no, and that just goes back to what I was saying earlier, Chad, with just playing good catch, keeping those routine plays routine, playing good catch, and taking care of the ball.
So an error against Willits on the attempted double play. I don't think they would have gotten the double play, but at the minimum, they would have had an out at second base. Instead, Becker is safe there. Pena is at third, Mejia at first, so they are loaded with nobody out. And here's the catcher, Matthew Carrata. Right-handed hitter, and a first pitch strike from Witherspoon.
Yeah, Chad, and I don't think they would have gotten that double play either, but it would have kept that double play with one out. It would have kept that double play in order, and we could have gotten another ground ball and gotten up out of this inning.
Carrata in big position here for CSUN. Lifts this one foul. It's going to tail over the first base side and out of play. So it is 0-2 on Carrata. Matthew Carrata is a senior from Cerritos, California. Spent 3 seasons at Cal State Bakersfield. Was on the all Big West team, and now he has just swapped teams in the Big West Conference. Carrata was 0 for 3 last night. Malachi Witherspoon's 0-2 pitch got him swinging. Just threw a fastball right by him.
Really big out there by Malachi, keeping those guys on base here. Now we can just get a double play and get up out of this inning. So many California teams too as well. I mean, that's like, it has to be thousands of California schools. I always hear Cal State this, Cal State that, University of Cal. I'm just like, how many California schools can there be?
Thousands. You go to the small colleges and the junior colleges, and so much baseball talent that comes out of that state. For sure. Elijah Fairchild is in, rips away at this first pitch and drives it down the third base side. And so many Oklahoma Sooners who have come out of Cali as well. Yes,
a big Cali guys out here with the Sooners. So I'm loving it. I'm loving the Cali plug.
Rich Hills, who sits here to my right and also joins me on the TV side. He's a Cali guy, but they're Sooners now.
Yes, that's right.
0-1 pitch misses outside. Ball and a strike to Elijah Fairchild, the shortstop.
Again, another big play early in the game, huh?
Big moments. Oklahoma had a big scoring chance. Couldn't quite capitalize in the bottom of the first, and now the Matadors trying to take advantage. Beautiful breaking pitch. Maybe the best one he's thrown today.
Looked really good, really sharp there.
1-2 the count on Elijah Fairchild. Fairchild is out of Berkeley, California. It came through Skyline College. Spent 1 season there. The left-handed batter waves the bat low. Stance is just slightly open toward first base. And the 1-2. That'll miss up and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Now, I don't think I've ever heard of Skyline College. Do you know where that is?
Nor I. That's the thing about it. There are so many of them. I don't think you could possibly even keep up.
Exactly.
Skyline. You would think L.A. or one of the big cities.
I would think so. I would think so.
The 2-2 is swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts now for Malachi Witherspoon. And it's bases loaded with 2 down for the leadoff man, Roberto Gonzalez. Gonzalez doubled into the left field corner his first time. He's got 3 hits in the 2 games. there might not be a guy that the Matadors would rather have at the plate right now. And he's got the bases loaded with 2 gone. Diminutive left-hand batting center fielder, goes about 5'8", and his stance is about medium open, you would say, toward first base. Shortened up on the bat handle. You think he's going to bunt with the bases loaded and 2 gone?
I don't think so. I don't know why he would. I've never understood that with bases loaded, 2 outs, why you would even consider bunting. But for his size and his height, man, he really does have a presence in the box, and so that's good to see from him. But hopefully Malachi can get out of this jam.
That got Skip Johnson's attention as the first pitch misses up and away. He saw that bunt. And now he's talking with Malachi Witherspoon, and all the infielders get in on the conversation. The Sooner Sports Podcast is your all-access audio pass to Sooner Sports. Find exclusive Sooner Sports content like post-game coverage, coaches' shows, and even classic broadcasts, all on the Sooner Sports Podcast. Log on to Soonersports.com/podcast or search Sooner Sports Podcast in your favorite podcast provider. Sooner Sports Podcast is presented by Allstate and Riverwind Casino. What do you think that conversation was about, Kendall?
Yeah, no, and I was going to say, I bet Skip wasn't really worried either. I just think he wanted to go out there and tell Malachi, like, hey, I bet he's probably just showing bunt. Just throw it to the target, compete.
And the 1-0 pitch up the middle, ranging over the second baseman Branch. He'll flip it to Willits to get the force play and end the inning. So a walk, a base hit, and a Sooner error loaded the bases, but the Matadors get nothing across, and it's 1-0 Oklahoma, headed to the bottom half of the second inning in Norman. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
I would recommend them do it.
To learn more, scan this QR code and visit our website.
Sooners lead Cal State Northridge 1-0. Bottom of the second inning comes your way from Eldale Mitchell Park, and the lower third of the lineup for the Sooners here: Dayton Taki, Scott Mudler, and Dawson Willis. Set to face right-hander Noah Reinhardt. Dayton Taki climbs in. He had an RBI base hit in last night's game. The left-handed hitter swings at the first pitch and pulls it foul just outside of first base, where we have now the green runner's bag outside the regular field of play to go along with the white bag that is in play. It's new this year to try to prevent those nasty collisions over at first base. 0-1 breaking pitch is a good one. It darts through the zone, and the count is 0-2. What do you think of that green bag over there?
Well, I'm still trying to figure out all the rules that come with that extra green bag.
You and me both.
I mean, it is a lot of different changes over there, and I know there's going to be some controversial plays there at first, but I actually don't mind it. I know a lot of people don't really like it or are just not used to it right now, but I do like it. I think it helps promote safety, and I think it helps promote situations like we had back in Omaha those few years back with John Spikeman running down the baseline. So
this pitch is drilled to right field, starting in Mejia, now goes back, reaches up, and it bangs off the bottom of the wall out there. Around first base is Taki. He's going to try for the triple. The throw from Gonzalez, the center fielder, is not in time. And it'll be a triple for Dayton Taki. He slid past the bag, but fortunately the throw was not on target. It pulled the third baseman off, and Taki is at third with nobody out in the second inning.
Man, I just love Taki running those bases. Big boy can move a little bit, huh?
I don't think you can come and play for Reggie Willis and not be able to run.
I don't think so.
So the triple for Taki, and the Sooners are amongst the leaders. They are, in fact, in first place as a team in the SEC. That is their 7th triple of the year. Easton Carmichael had one yesterday. And here's the catcher, Mudler, in from the left side, swinging at that first pitch, fouled back.
Really good swing right there by Mud, getting ready for that first pitch fastball. Just missed it. But I'm starting to think triples may be a little bit more exciting than home runs nowadays.
Do you remember how many you had? They're more exciting to call.
Yes.
They take everybody's interest. A home run, it goes out within 2 seconds.
Yeah,
You're like, okay, he's going to walk around the bases.
Exactly.
Mudler takes this one outside, 1-1. How many triples do you remember having at Oklahoma?
If I had to take a guess, 3 to 5 maybe.
Sounds about right.
I mean, I can picture at least 1 to 2 right now. Probably some in there early in my career that I just don't remember.
The 1-1 pitch is outside to Mudler. 2 balls and a strike. Dayton Taki at third. Sooners lead 1-0, bottom of the second. Mudler pops this one up, tailing out toward left field. The shortstop, Fairchild, was way behind second base, so he's got a long run to grab it about 2 feet into the outfield turf. Went down to one knee almost to pull that one in for the first out.
Yeah, I bet you that was a tougher play than a lot of people expect, just due to, you know, him being on the whole other side of second base, you know, having to run back to shortstop, and with that wind kind of taking it away, I bet you that play was a lot tougher than people expect.
Brings in the Sooner third baseman Dawson Willis. It's again Taki at third after a leadoff triple here in the inning. Bunt shown by Willis, and the infield comes in at the corners, but he pulls it back and takes the pitch upstairs. Ball one.
Yes, big AB right here by Doss. I know he's been scuffling at the plate a little bit, but if he can put the ball in play here on the ground, that would be big time for him.
Right-handed batter right up on the right-handed batter's box inside line, and he takes a strike. Count is even at 1-1. Sooners have a run on 3 hits. Matadors have 2 hits. They've left 4 men stranded. Beautiful bunt that's pushed toward the first baseman. The flip by Pena is not in time. The catcher Karada couldn't get the tag down. And Dayton Taki slides in safe. Willis will be safe at first base. The Sooners lead 2-0. You could not have rolled that ball out there any better than what Willis did.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just me, but those type of plays right there are what I love seeing that. And that's what I was talking about earlier. Playing that small ball, playing good baseball, and making sure you're just doing the right thing. Really good job right there by Dawson.
So the RBI for Willis. That is his 8th of the year. And back to the top of the order for walk. Willis nearly got picked off at first. He was really leaning towards second base.
Yeah, he looked like he was ready to go there.
I think you're right. I'm a little surprised maybe the Matadors. Of course, it's very close to their dugout that they're not asking for a look at it.
I agree.
Walk singled and scored on Jackson Willitz's base hit back in the first. 10-game hitting streak to start the season for Jason Walk. There's another throw over to first, and they say balk. So down to second is going to go Willis.
This week too, no?
Yeah. Now the balk we saw yesterday, they said that the pitcher lifted his front leg to come home rather than stepping off the back of the rubber. Maybe that's what you had there. This pitch coming home. Willis is on the move to third, and the third baseman, Panganiban, was so far up the line toward home plate, protecting against the bunt, that he had no chance to get back to third base. So it's a stolen base for Willis.
Lots of chaos happening early in this game.
So you got a balk, you got a stolen base. The Sooners have 2 stolen bases in the game, and a 1-0 count to the left-hand batting Walk. And now it's going to go to 1-1 as Walk. You have to be in the batter's box and engaged with more than 8 seconds on that pitch clock, or else you get rung up for a strike. This time Walk bunts one right back to the pitcher Reinhardt. Underhanded shovel to the catcher Karada, who applies the tag on the head first diving Willis, and that is an out. 2 down. That one just pushed right back toward the pitcher Reinhardt. Sooner fans, I think, want to argue that the plate was being blocked, and they're going to have a look at this one here, Kendall. Now, you can, if you're ready to accept the throw, you can be there in front of the base. But if the pitcher still has the ball's not in the air, you can't block the runner's path. So I believe that's what they're going to look at here.
Yeah, and I know usually that is a judgment call right there by the umpire and things of that nature. And so even though he was blocking that base, I still thought he got that right hand in there before that tag was applied. But with this official review coming up, I guess we'll see.
Now, we're going to have microphones on the umpires in the future to know exactly what they are reviewing. Here, we really don't know. It is either was the tag applied before the hand was in, or you could have obstruction with the catcher blocking the plate. And Skip Johnson may be out just for clarification with one of the umpires as to what they're looking at. This is the curbside review, as they call it. It's not the full. There will be a replay center once you get into SEC play. So it'll be centrally located. So when they review these plays, it is the crew chief along with the umpire who was nearest to the play but did not make the call.
I didn't know that.
I guess it's because if you made the call, you might have a biased view toward what the call was.
Okay.
You know, that's the theory. I mean, let's be honest, we could all be a little bit pro our own side.
100%.
They're trying to avoid that, but we've got a McIntyre Law review the first of the game. McIntyre Law, the law firm you should turn to for all of your personal injury needs. So we see that our plate umpire David Savage has emerged, and he confirms the out call. And now Skip Johnson is asking for a clarification and it was just a quick clarification. Skip turns and heads back to the Sooner dugout. So it is 2 down on the bunt attempt by Walk. He is safe at first as the throw came home to cut down the base runner coming to the plate. Score remains 2-0. Walk at first, and 2 down now for Jackson Willits.
I love the idea of the play. You have 2 of your fastest guys in the lineup wanting to, create something there. Just bunt was not executed that well by Jason.
And so he is at first base. Willits wails away at this first pitch, and he slices it foul over on the third base side. Willits drove in Walk with an RBI single into right field his first time up. That was after Walk had stolen second base. Once again, 2-0 Sooners. A bunt by Dawson Willis. And Dayton Taki was able to slide in ahead of the tag to get the Sooners their second run. Taki had a triple to reach third base, and it's 2-0 Sooners. Willits takes strike around the knees. Crowd kind of groaning about that. Maybe thought it was a tad bit low.
Yeah, it's quite hard to see where the height of the pitch up here.
There goes Walk. The pitch is down and in, and no chance. Walk has swiped his second base of the day. And he is now 6 out of 9 in the stolen base department this season. And that could loom large. Now you got a man in scoring position.
Oh, yeah. I know each stolen base by Jaywalk. Todd's over there tapping his foot over there.
And now the plate umpire, David Savage, is out from behind home plate. He's talking to the Sooner dugout as he walks out toward the pitcher, Reinhardt. 2-2 is the count. And Willits slashes this one foul toward the Sooner bullpen.
Lots of 2s up there on that board. I see 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runs, 2 hits. I mean, bunch of 2s up there.
The Ducks are quacking. Opportunity for Willits to drive home another run. The 2-2 foul tap will reset things here.
Really good AB right here by Jay Will.
So you got Jay Wall at second and Jay Will at the plate. Am I right?
Yeah,
okay.
I mean it can get a little crazy, a little mixed up of the names here.
Well, plus you've got Willis, Walk, and Willits, 9, 1, and 2 in the lineup.
Yeah, and I remember hearing you and Rich talk about that yesterday. Try saying that 3 times in a row really fast.
Willis, Walk, Willits. I'm just getting Willis and Willits differentiated.
Yeah, I mean that part right there is trouble itself.
3 balls and 2 strikes to Jackson Willits. Noah Reinhardt comes in. Hard hit ground ball, but right at the shortstop. Fairchild, he'll ease one over to first, and the inning is over. But the Sooners pick up one more run. They do so on 2 hits and a man left. Oklahoma leads CSUN 2-0. Top of the third coming your way from Norman in today's game broadcast. In on his hands. Kind of a defensive foul ball swing that time.
Yeah, I've had a few of those in my time here.
I don't know what that pitch was. It wasn't a fastball, but it really got in on him.
I couldn't tell.
Count remains 0-2. And Witherspoon will throw over to first base. So many starting pitchers now don't use a conventional windup.
Yeah,
kind of
I don't know.
Side saddle out there to start with.
I think it's just because it just takes less stress off you. You know, some people like going out, if you train from the windup and then you go to the stretch, you lose a lot of, control. And so just kind of maybe if you just start from the stretch and just continue to stretch, I mean, you're going to have people on base more times than not anyway. So why not just start from the stretch, I guess.
Fastball misses outside here, and it is 1-2 to Calvillo. That one foul tipped and just barely glanced off the glove of Mudler. It'll stay 1-2. Same two teams will wrap up this series tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. Toby Rowland will be back to call that one with Kendall. And we're going to slide next door for women's basketball. Senior day for the Oklahoma Sooners tomorrow. That's a 1:30 tip-off at the Lloyd Noble Center. They take on Alabama. There goes the runner. The 1-2 pulled toward third. Kind of rolled up the arm of Willis, but right into his bare hand, and he'll make the peg to first. Starting the runner for certain kept the Matadors out of a double play, and that's out number 2. Boardman takes second base.
Yeah, I know Dawson's really happy that ball decided to roll up his arm and not somewhere else, man.
Put the clamps on it with that bare hand. He was the Division II National Defensive Player of the Year. Was Willis at LSU Eunice last year.
Yeah, and I know they love him out there, man. He's long and lengthy. He can probably get to a lot of balls with that speed as well.
Witherspoon, inside leg move, throws out to second. In behind the runner, Boardman. 2 down, runner at second base. Oklahoma leads 2-0 in the top of the third. Does Willis remind you at all when you look out there of your former teammate Peyton Graham?
No, he does a lot. He really does with just how we call him the Slim Reapers, man. I mean,
this one is smoked deep to right field, but it's turned on and driven foul off the bat of Matthew Pena. Gave that one a ride.
Yeah, I thought that ball had a chance of getting out of here and staying fair, but luckily that ball curved over past that right field foul pole right there.
So they're beyond the foul pole, which is yellow. There's a giant post, a pillar, that holds the backstop all the way out there. There's a cable that connects it all the way outside, and that ball actually bounced off of it, in the middle of it. I mean, that was way out of here.
Yeah, I mean, I bet you probably could even do that again if you tried.
No. And I bet those people sitting on the berm had no clue that a ball was going to come their way. Just sitting up there enjoying the sun, and nearly got taken out. Good crowd out on the berm, and section 405 is about 3/4 of the way full. The new seating options outside of right field. Here's the 0-1 pitch. This is outside.
Yeah, I'm really loving this crowd, and I'm loving the support that the fans are giving us now. And this is really dope to see. Just from a former student athlete, seeing these guys up here, man, I'm really, really proud.
We've had good crowds all week. 1-1 with 2 down to Matthew Pena, and he swings through that one. He was geared up for a fastball, and he didn't get it.
I also see that guy out at second playing a little shuffle back and forth out there. I don't really know why. I get it. I mean, it's 2 outs. You're sending them anyways on a ground ball through the infield. I don't think you really even need to get that bag.
Trying to distract Malachi Witherspoon.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-2 and a swing and a miss. A big strikeout there for Malachi Witherspoon as he retires Matthew Pena, the number 5 batter, and leaves another man on base. That's 5 runners stranded by the Matadors today. Sooners lead 2-0, bottom of the 3rd inning. Coming your way from Norman. Today's game broadcast is brought to you by the Pioneer Library, enriching lives and empowering communities. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
At Brahms, we offer more than just burgers, shakes, and fries. We have an entire fresh market for your everyday grocery needs, from farm fresh milk to meats, freshly baked breads, and produce. We also carry a wide variety of our premium ice cream, frozen yogurt, and sherbet. And with Brahms delivery trucks running 7 days a week, our items are always fresh. Stop by your neighborhood Brahms Fresh Market for an incredibly fast, incredibly convenient grocery shopping experience, so you can spend more time on things that matter most.
So, what'd you do this weekend?
Well, just took the Tacoma off-road, deep into the woods, got to this hidden campsite only it could reach.
Nice. I hooked up the boat to the Tundra and hit up the lake. Towed it like a pro. Had the whole lake to ourselves.
Hey, wait, did I mention I went rock climbing too? Uh-huh, yeah, thanks to the Tacoma's crawl control.
Well, sounds like we both had fun weekends.
Mine was better.
The Toyota Tundra and Tacoma are built for all the fun. Test drive at your local Toyota dealer or visit Toyota.com today. Toyota, let's go places. Feature availability differs based on trim. See Toyota.com for details.
Have lunch at Norman's favorite hidden treasure, Midway Deli, tucked away at the corner of Chautauqua and Eufaula. We may be a little hard to find, but we're even harder to forget. Midway features delicious gourmet sandwiches and a great selection of homemade soups, pastas, and stews. Whether it's lunch or catering or booking our food truck, you'll love the food from Midway. Open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. every day. Breakfast is served all day. The Midway, serving great food to Norman since 1955.
You're listening to the home of Sooner fans, KREF, Norman, Oklahoma, and streaming live on the KREF app. The Ref Sports
Radio Network. Oklahoma leads CSUN. We hit the home half of the third inning at Elldale Mitchell Park. Oklahoma trying to move to 10-0 on the season. And left fielder Trey Gamble, the number 3 batter, leads off against right-hander Noah Reinhardt. The 1-0 pitch misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Gamble flied out to the center fielder Roberto Gonzalez, his first time. Batting .320. Drills this one just over the glove of the leaping second baseman Colton Boardman. It's into right field and a leadoff single for Trey Gamble.
Yeah, he's been looking good today. Those two balls now that are really hit hard in play, and so really liking what I'm seeing out of him.
That's 5 hits for the Sooners off of Reinhardt. And Oklahoma has had the leadoff man aboard in all 3 innings. He has scored the prior 2 times. Here's Easton Carmichael. Drew a walk his first time. And he swings at the first pitch. Taps it right over to his teammate Sam Christensen in the on-deck circle. How close were you willing to stand to home plate when waiting to hit? I mean, Sam Christensen's about 20 feet maybe away.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sam's pretty close. I was a little bit further down over there by Skip and everyone, and just trying to time up that pitcher and kind of get a good angle of where I would kind of be if I was in the batter's box. Try to get that good angle and get a good view of that pitcher.
Strike 2 is in there from Reinhardt. No balls, 2 strikes. Carmichael watches a breaking pitch flutter outside, and the count is 1-2 to the Sooner DH. Easton Carmichael batting .273. He's clubbed 3 home runs and driven in 11.
And that power's already showing here early. I know he didn't have many last year, but
it's a fly ball into center field, but ranging over from right center field into left center to pull it in is Roberto Gonzalez. He jogs over and grabs out number 1 in the 3rd inning. That'll bring in the Sooner right fielder Sam Christensen. Trey Gamble stays put at first base.
Really good swing right there by Easton, getting that barrel to that pitch inside. Just hit it straight to the center fielder.
Christensen in from the left side and taking strike 1. Kind of a tailing fastball. He took a little bit off of that one, it looked like. The 0-1, low and in, and that'll even things up. Christensen came into this game with a .675 on-base percentage, 2nd in the SEC. 16 walks, leads the Southeastern Conference.
Is that on pace for what a swing.
This one is lifted into straightaway center field. Gonzalez shades his eyes, retreats, then he stops and retreats again before he pulls it in.
Is that on pace for B-Rob's record? I know he was trying to get that record a couple years ago, but I mean 16 walks already. That's a lot.
How many did he have, Roberts?
I think what, it was 50, 60, some crazy number.
I would say it's on pace.
Yeah.
Now, it's still a long way from being able to get there. Trey Gamble back to first base, and with 2 down, here is Kyle Branch, who grounded out to second base his first time. Sooners lead 2-0 last of the third. And the first pitch is a strike, off-speed pitch there from Noah Reinhardt. Reinhardt so far 2 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs both earned with a walk and no strikeouts yet. This will be his 51st pitch. And he could not hold up. No, actually he did hold up. They appealed down to the first base umpire, Brandon Bennett, who said no swing. And the pitch was low and away. Kyle Branch was 2 for 4, drove in 3 runs in yesterday's game, batting .457 coming in. That's 6th best in the SEC. And ball 2 misses low and away to him.
Just find it funny here with the freshman Kyle Branch. I remember playing his brother when he was at Baylor, I think a year or 2 ago, and I just remember his brother playing. I'm like, this kid can play a little bit. I was like, okay, so and then finally.
Christensen is on the move to second base. Beg your pardon, that's Gamble on the move, and he will swipe second base. The throw is not in time, so a stolen base for Trey Gamble.
Yeah, but having that Branch brother on the team now, it's looking like it's coming pretty well.
Passing it down.
Passing it down, that's right.
3-1 the count here on Kyle Branch. 2 down, and now Gamble in scoring position. And there's ball 4, low and away. This team, really good eyes to draw that walk. That will extend the inning for Dayton Taki, who tripled and scored back in the second.
Yeah, it'd be nice for Taki to kind of get one in that gap again, try to blow this thing up a little bit.
As Skip Johnson says, separate. Taki in from the left side. Reinhardt's first pitch is hit foul, kind of got it off the end of the bat, and it goes out to play over the third base side. If you want to better understand how oil and natural gas power modern life, let Mike Rowe, America's storyteller, introduce you to the people who make it all happen. Watch their stories. OERB.com/Mike Rowe. Mike's adding new videos all the time. The 0-1 pitch is also fouled back, so it is 0-2 now to Dayton Taki. Taki has come in out of Fort Worth, Weatherford High School, and transferred in from Weatherford College, where he hit 9 home runs and drove in 48 last year. Down in the count, 0-2. Hard hit ground ball is a base hit into right field. Gamble is around third. He will score. The throw from the right fielder Mejia is going to be cut off. So easily making third is Branch. Dayton Taki has a triple. He has a base hit, and he has given the Sooners a 3-0 lead.
How about that? Halfway to the cycle already. It's only the 3rd inning.
And the triple's the hardest part,
the triple's
right?
He got the hardest one out of there early.
So Taki able to drive in Gamble, but you think about the construction of an inning and the walk to Branch that extends things for Taki to be able to deliver.
No, I agree, and I think if you have 2 outs, those 2-out walks will kill you. And I've said that for as long as I can remember. I just know you never want to have those 2-out walks.
So Taki 2 for 2 as he stands at first. Branch is at third. Dayton Taki has now driven in 6 runs. And Scott Mudler will get a shot with runners at first and third and 2 gone. 3-0 Sooners in the third. Looked like Taki might take off, but he might have spun his wheel trying to go to second base.
Yeah, and that's something that Reggie has done since he's been here. We do a lot of fake stealing. He's trying to see what the defense is looking like and things of that nature. And so
Butler skies one to center, shading his eyes and drifting to his right is Gonzalez, and he has it. The inning is over, but the Sooners get another run. They do so on 2 hits and leave 2 men stranded. Through 3, it's the Sooners 3, CSUN nothing. And this is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. Visit Soonersports.com/Kids Club to join today. And today's broadcast is brought to you by the Pioneer Library, enriching lives and empowering communities. 3-0 Sooners headed to the top of the 4th with Kendall Pettis. I'm Chad McKee, and back out for his 4th inning of work is the Sooner right-hander Malachi Witherspoon. He'll face Andrew Becker, Tyler Mejia, and Matthew Carrata. 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup for CSUN.
Yeah, Chad, I know that Malachi's had a lot of people on base, but he's done a really good job of, kind of controlling that.
His first pitch to Becker misses outside. Andrew Becker had a base hit into center field his first time. The 1-0 is fouled back. We'll take a look at some of the scores from around the SEC today. There are 18 games played. And you're saying, well, there are only 16 teams in the league. We have 2 doubleheaders being played by SEC teams. So we'll start to run through our Air Comfort Solutions SEC scoreboard as we move along. 1-1 the count here on Becker. And this one is whacked foul toward the bullpen. Now's a good time on a foul ball. Let's get you caught up. As Tennessee has beaten Rice 13-3. They're playing down at Minute Maid Park in Houston as part of that event. 3 games each day being played. Kentucky has beaten Hofstra 6-1 in Lexington, so the Wildcats have taken the first 2 games of that series. Clemson leading South Carolina 4-1. They are in the top of the 9th inning. They're playing at Clemson. Clemson won yesterday over the Gamecocks as the 1-2 pitch misses down and in. 2-2 the count on Andrew Becker. Malachi Witherspoon to the plate, and the 2-2 is fouled back. Georgia leads Florida Gulf Coast 9-0. They're in the bottom of the 7th. Georgia ranked number 6 this week, and they beat FGCU last night. Doubleheader going on in Columbia, Missouri today. Missouri leads Evansville 4-2 in the first game after Evansville actually won last night. Here 2-2. This pitch, he kind of waited back on that breaking pitch and just tapped it foul over the right side of the back screen into the bleachers. In Fayetteville today, it's 4th-ranked Arkansas at 3, Charlotte 2 in the top of the 4th. Alabama leads North Dakota State in Tuscaloosa 3-2 in the bottom of the 4th. And everything else gets started a little bit later on. That's your SEC scoreboard presented by Air Comfort Solutions. Witherspoon another 2-2 and another foul ball.
Yeah, I was going to say, Chad, this is starting to turn into a really good AB here by Andrew Becker. Doing a really good job of putting balls in play, fouling them off. So keep fighting.
Kind of running up the pitch count as well.
And I know that can be frustrating for pitchers. I know pitchers would rather you just get on base and just keep fighting and fouling pitches off. So
this will be pitch number 56 for Malachi today. Another 2-2 popped up over the back screen directly behind home plate. This one is out of play. Later on, scheduled for 4 o'clock, 14th ranked Vanderbilt playing USC in Irvine, California. You got 2nd ranked LSU taking on Nebraska, also at 4 o'clock in Frisco, Texas. Ole Miss ranked number 24 hosting Wright State in Oxford. 9th ranked Oregon State will take on Auburn in Arlington today. You got Texas Tech and 15th ranked Texas out in Las Vegas later tonight. As this comebacker goes off Witherspoon's glove, he'll scramble to it over on the first base side, and the underhanded flip to Taki to get the runner Becker going down the line for the first out. And the final game in the SEC, it takes me like an inning to get through all the scores. You got top-ranked Texas A&M. They're taking on Oklahoma State down in Houston. Yeah, that'll be a good one. Oklahoma State lost to Tennessee down there yesterday. Cowboys are kind of off to a rough start, but they've played a very difficult schedule. So it is 1 down, bases clear. Here is Mejia, the right fielder. He climbs in from the left side, and Malachi Witherspoon readies the first pitch. A little bit up and away. Becker had a base hit back up the middle, back in the 2nd. Batting 174. They're going to, I think, toss that baseball out of play and get a fresh one from the plate umpire David Savage. One 1-0 swung right through that one. Fastball at 95 miles an hour.
Yeah, keeping that velo up, though. He's looking good.
This is Tyler Mejia, who was safe on an error his first time. This pitch misses down and in. Kind of a buzz about the crowd today, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm loving
You
it.
can hear them. Conversations.
And I was gonna say, can you normally hear the crowd buzzing a little bit?
Not quite like this.
Kind of liking it though.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
2-1 pitch is cut on and missed. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mejia.
Kind of like a little white noise. A little bit. I'm liking it.
Sooners shift now as they move Willits, the shortstop, over onto the second base side of the infield. 3 infielders on that side, and only Willis, the third baseman, is left in the shortstop spot on the left side. As the 2-2 pitch misses low. Full count now on Tyler Mejia. And the 3-2 is sliced foul up and over.
CSUN's doing a really good job of just fighting pitches off, man. I know getting that pitch count up on Malachi.
There is no activity in the Sooner bullpen currently.
Yeah, he looks good, so I think they'll let him, ride for a little bit longer. I just know he's probably out there getting frustrated that they're raising this pitch count up.
The payoff pitch. Stroked into the shift past the diving second baseman, as it turns out, Kyle Branch. I mean, he hit it through the hole in the shift.
Yeah, I mean, how about that right there? It was about a couple feet of stuff to play with right there, and he was able to get it through.
Well, the shift was the right thing to do, but that ball had eyes.
Yeah, it did.
And that is base hit number 4 for the Matadors. They've had 1 hit in each inning. And 1 away in the top of the 4th. Matthew Carrata, the catcher, will be the batter, with Mejia the runner at first now. Carrata struck out swinging against Malachi Witherspoon, his first time up back in the 2nd. First pitch is down and away. The Matadors have had some opportunities. They've left 5 men stranded, as have the Sooners. But CSUN is 0 for 8 today with runners in scoring position. The Sooners have taken advantage, going 3 for 8. That's really the difference in this game.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, like, they're not playing bad at all. They look really good. They're getting guys on base and everything, just not executing when you need it most. And we're doing that. And that's when you put the ball in play and get those RBIs. That's what makes you get those big. Get some money in a little bit.
Carrata swings and misses at that pitch, and Mudler rifled a throw down to first base. Mejia was able to scramble back to the bag in time. So 1-1 the count here on Carrata. And there goes Mejia. The pitch is slashed foul to the top of the back screen. Little action there put on.
Yeah, and then being up here, I know they want to get that guy in scoring position, because I know, like you said, they're 0 for 8 right now, but being able to get some guys in scoring position and get a ball in play, they can probably get this game a little bit closer.
3-0 Oklahoma on top. Top of the 4th inning. 1 away and a runner at first base. Matthew Carrata, the batter. The 1-2. It's this one foul, lining it out of play down the right field line. Count will stay at 1-2. Looks like maybe a little activity is kind of starting to
stir around over there.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Were you one to venture out into the bullpen and see what the pitchers were up to when you were playing here?
Well, luckily I was always in left field.
Yeah, you were in left.
So I could always just look to the right and see who was warming up. I know they would like to talk to me a lot during the game, but I would have to be like, guys, like, actually, no, I would talk to him.
Of course you would.
I'm in the outfield. We're not getting much action anyway. So, I was usually out there talking to Spike or Trev when he was back playing, and then I would be talking to the guys over there in the bullpen as well.
2-2 pitch, a comebacker. Witherspoon whirls, fires it wide of the bag at second. It's taken in by the second baseman, Branch, and he can't get an out. Everybody will be safe. Sooners should have had a double play there, but Malachi Witherspoon threw it wide of the shortstop, Willits. Fortunately for the Sooners, Branch was there backing up the play, or else the runner Mejia would be at third base right now.
Yeah, that just goes back to playing good catch.
So you have to charge an error to the pitcher, Witherspoon. You can't assume that they would have gotten the double play, but as hard as that ball was hit, it certainly looked like they would have. Instead, it's no outs on the play. Runners at first and second and 1 down, and here's Elijah Fairchild.
Yeah, Chad, that looked like a tailor-made double play right there. Right back to Malachi, just let it sail a little bit. And I know that play is hard for pitchers, man. They work on PFPs all the time. But it's just something about it, throwing to a base and everything. It kind of gets them all screwed up in there. And so I know they just love throwing the home plate, but sometimes you got to throw it to the base as well.
So runners at first and second. Fairchild takes a strike on the first pitch to him. Witherspoon right back with one that's over but low for ball one. Elijah Fairchild struck out his first time. A lot of pitchers have natural movement anytime they throw the ball, and that one looked like it tailed away a little bit. Now there was really nothing Willits could do, though.
Yeah, there was nothing Jackson could do there. That ball looked like it had a little bit of tail to it.
Here's the 1-1 in the hole in between third and short. A base hit into left field. Around third comes Mejia. Up with it is Gamble. His throw at home is going to be cut off. And the Matadors are on the board. It's an RBI base hit to left by Elijah Fairchild. It's 3-1 Oklahoma in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, no, Chad. I know with the top of the lineup coming up here, I know they're trying to put some more runs on the board here right now.
So Carrata stops at second as Mejia scores. Fairchild with the RBI single. He's at first. And runners at first and second now with one away for the top of the order. And here comes Skip Johnson out of the Sooner dugout on the first base side. We'd like to thank our OU community outreach partners, Fowler Auto Group, OU Health, OG&E, Coca-Cola, the University of Oklahoma Athletics, one with you. The activity has really just kind of surfaced out in the bullpen. Sooners lead it 3-1. An error has opened the gates here.
Yeah, no, I think Malachi's doing a really good job still. He's getting balls in play, putting balls in play, and they're getting ground balls. Just not playing good catch right now.
Sooners have committed 2 errors. That's the first one, though, that's been costly. They were able to pitch around the prior error. Elijah Fairchild driving in this run for the Matadors. That is his third run driven in of the year. It's the first run scored by CSUN in the series. We are in the 13th inning. So what a job by the Sooner staff so far this weekend. In from the left side is Gonzalez. Doubled his first time. He hit that one into the left field corner. Went the opposite way. And here takes a fastball for a strike from Witherspoon. Gonzalez is also grounded out to the second baseman Branch. There's another fastball for a strike. 0-2.
Really good pitch right there by Malachi on the outside part of the plate. I also see that guy at second, jumping up and down again. I know they wouldn't mind trying to get second and third with less than 2 outs here. So we'll see what happens.
The tying run is aboard with 1 away. Witherspoon's pitch inside, very close to grazing the batter as it kind of came across that front stripe on the left-handed batter's box. Count goes to 1-2 on Roberto Gonzalez. Inside leg move and a throw out to second base by Witherspoon. Carrata, the runner, gets back. Sooners do not hold against the runner Fairchild at first base. Here's the 1-2. Breaking pitch that looked like it almost slipped out of the hand of Malachi Witherspoon. It is high and wide and squares the count at 2-2. And he just got a piece of that one. Fouls it back to the back screen. It stays 2-2 on Roberto Gonzalez.
Yeah, CSUN has just been doing a really good job of fighting off tough pitches, man. They look really good up there, battling up at the plate.
Gonzalez is 3 out of 6 in the weekend series in the 2 games, including the double earlier today. He's a .364 hitter on the year. Malachi Witherspoon to the plate with this 2-2, and that one is spoiled.
Another foul ball. I mean, there's been about 20 foul balls this inning.
And that pitch count's getting up. Next pitch will be the 80th for Malachi.
That's big. Well, and Chad, I'm sorry, but I wanted to say that's big from an offensive standpoint, man. Just fighting those pitches off, getting that pitch count up. You got to get in that bullpen a little earlier than you expected.
2-2, driven into left center field, chasing toward it is Walk. He'll give way to Gamble, the left fielder, who grabs it. That ball kind of tailed into left center field and made it an easier play for Trey Gamble. He squeezes out number 2, and the runners retreat to first and second.
Oh, yeah, and I thought that ball was hit a little bit more out to center field, but with that wind kind of blowing in and towards left field, Trey was able to have a better angle at that ball. So.
I think you're right. I think that wind's a little more substantial than we can tell.
Yeah, I agree.
So with runners at first and second and 2 gone in the 4th inning, Kyle Ponganiban will be the batter. He's 0 for 2 today. Right-handed hitter. And he swings and pops one up down the right field line. This one is going to have plenty of legs to get out of play and onto the berm. Sooner Baseball is brought to you in part by Courtyard by Marriott. Located just minutes from the OU campus, Courtyard Norman offers affordable, stylish accommodations with tech-forward amenities and classic Southern hospitality. Book your stay today at Marriott.com/OKCNO. 3-1 Oklahoma leads it, top of the 4th inning. Sooners trying to go to 10-0 on the season. And Malachi Witherspoon misses inside with that pitch. It is 1-1 to Kyle Ponganiban.
10-0, how about that, though? That would be awesome, all right?
Last time it happened was 2013. This 1-1 pitch is up and in. That was a pitching staff, as we talked about, that had longtime big leaguers, 2 guys that are still in the big leagues, and Stephen Okert, John Gray, Dylan Overton was on that staff also. There goes the runner from second base. This ball is shot to the right side, ranging over the second baseman. Branch throws to first, didn't get him. Had to slide down to his knees. He picked it up, and Ponganiban beats the wrap at first base. So the bases will be loaded now with 2 down. That ball was not hit hard and looked like maybe Branch was over closer to second base. He had a long way to roam to get there.
Yeah, Chad, he looked like he was shaded a little bit over towards second base, and so that ball was hit perfectly in that 4-hole, and luckily he was able to get a glove on it to stop that guy at third from going home.
It'll be an infield base hit for Ponganiban, and the bases are loaded now with 2 gone, and the number 3 batter, Colton Boardman, is in. Left-handed hitter, first pitch is away for ball 1. Boardman struck out looking in the first, and then dumped a single into left field in front of Trey Gamble back in the 3rd. Carrata is the runner at 3rd, Fairchild at 2nd, and Ponganiban is at first. 3 hits in the inning and a run across for the Matadors. 2-0 now as the pitch misses outside.
Yeah, you never want to really be 2-0 with bases loaded because you know there's going to have to be a pitch somewhere in the zone here coming soon. So
the Sooners have a lefty and a righty loosening in the bullpen down the left field line. And the 2-0 pitch in there. Brought a fastball through the inner half. 2-1.
Just a great pitch by Malachi right there. Going ahead and throwing that ball inside. Not letting that kid get his hands to the ball.
The 2-1 back up the middle. Willits, the shortstop, right behind the bag. Fields fires it to first, and the inning is over. Malachi Witherspoon, a good job to limit the damage after an error that opened the door. The Matadors get a run on 3 hits and an error, and they leave the bases loaded. Bottom of the 4th inning coming up from Norman. Oklahoma leads CSUN 3-1. This is Sooner.
Served all day. The Midway, serving great food to Norman since 1955.
Sooners on top 3-1, home half of inning number 4, rolling around from beautiful L. Mitchell Park in Norman. Alongside former Sooner Kendall Pettis, I'm Chad McKee on hand. Second game of this 3-game set between Oklahoma and CSUN. And leading things off for the Sooners here is the 3rd baseman, Dawson Willis, the number 9 batter. Noah Reinhardt back out for the Matadors. He has limited the Sooner damage. Both teams have had more opportunities than they have been able to take advantage of, Kendall. It is a runners left on base problem both ways today. 13 combined runners left stranded today.
Yeah, and that's usually never a good recipe for success, leaving a lot of guys on base. And so I'm hoping we can do a little bit more damage when those guys get on second and third, and we'll see kind of see how this game plays out.
2-1 is the count here to Dawson Willis. He singled and then was left stranded at third base in the third inning. He pulls this one foul, bounds into the Sooner dugout. Just hopped over the top rail. And I think it must have landed in a bucket. I saw a pair of hands. Easton Carmichael, I think, is holding two hands up as though that landed somewhere.
It had to have landed somewhere, and I loved having those balls come into the bench. Obviously not hit at 100 miles an hour.
This is hit off the end of the bat, looping down the left field line, chasing toward it is Becker, the left fielder, sliding into foul ground, but he is unable to come up with it. Good effort.
You remember how we were talking about triples earlier?
I do.
I just got a notification from one of our listeners.
Well,
actually,
that's kind of them.
I know, right? To kind of actually
helpful.
tell me, and said they said, by the way, Sooner Stats says I had 5 in my last 2 years, though. So
okay.
How about that?
5 in your last 2 years.
That's crazy because I feel like I got slower as I progressed a little bit.
Me too. And it's still happening. Father Time is unbeaten.
Man.
This pitch misses a little bit outside to Dawson Willis. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And you had to play with injuries. You were out there in left field with a big brace on your arm as Willis sends a fly ball toward right. Circling in is Mejia over near the right field line, and about 2 steps shy of the line, he pulls it in for the first out.
Yeah, that was a very up and down year, I guess you could say, that 2022 year. Just dealing with injuries and things of that nature, but obviously doing so well as a team. Like, that was really a good feeling for me, and being able to come back that year as well was very important for me and to really experience it.
Jason Walk is in with the bases empty and 1 away. Walk is 1 for 2 in the leadoff spot. First pitch is up and away. So Skip Johnson was talking about a play that you made in the outfield at Virginia Tech, where I think you climbed up onto a step or up onto a wall or leaned over a wall to make a catch.
Yeah, something like that.
The good old days.
Oh, the good old days. Yeah, I know. And that's just, they're obviously on social media, so I can always go back and look at them if I need to.
Captured in time as Walk slashes this one toward the left fielder. It tails back toward him, and Andrew Becker has a fairly routine catch of that fly ball for the second out. Base is empty and 2 gone quickly here in the Sooner fourth. What is Reinhardt doing to kind of mix things up? He's certainly not overpowering, but he's kind of kept the Sooners off balance today.
No, I think he's just been doing a really good job of commanding both sides of the plate, not leaving a lot of balls over the middle of the plate. I feel like that's where we've been doing our damage, is when he leaves those balls over the plate. And so him, really controlling and mixing up his pitches is just, sometimes, and I think the wind has kind of helped him, gave him a little bit of help as well. And so just mixing those pitches up and doing a good job of really keeping us off balance.
There's the first pitch, breaking pitch to Jackson Willits for a strike. Willits drove in Jason Walk with a base hit in the first inning, grounded out to the shortstop in inning number 2. 1-1 now to Jackson.
I mean, 6 hits in less than 4 innings is really good, too. It's just...
This is smoked out into right center field. Mejia will play this one on a bounce, and it's a 2-out single for Jackson Willits, who now has a 2-hit day.
Yeah, I mean, if you get 7 hits in a game, I think that's pretty good.
It is.
For us to already have 7 hits, I think that's really good. It just, like you said, those guys left on base and things like that, and having situational hitting.
So here is Trey Gamble. He singled to start the 3rd inning and then scored on Taki's base hit. That was the last run the Sooners produced. 3-1 Oklahoma, bottom of the 4th inning, and this one is smoked as well. That's going to bound in 2 hops into the glove of the right fielder Mejia, who's up with it. His throw to third is going to be cut off. So Willits is safe at third, and Trey Gamble has his second hit of the day. First and third and 2 down in the inning now for the Sooners.
That's funny that he got that hit right there, because before that pitch, I was going to say with 2, 3, 4 coming up, we can try to get us a little 2-out rally here, and look at it. Look at us now, first and third.
And that indeed appears to be the case with the cleanup man, Easton Carmichael, strolling to the plate. The Matadors catcher Karada is looking over into the dugout, and I think we're going to have a little visit from John Strauss, the pitching coach, formerly at Baylor in the Big 12. So he faced Skip Johnson's Sooners a good number of times when he was down there in Waco, and he is now on the staff of Eddie Cornejo. For comprehensive coverage of college baseball and softball all season long, tune into Sirius XM SEC Radio, channel 374 in the car and on the all-new Sirius XM app. Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games plus interviews and analysis. So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/SEC Radio 2025.
I really would like to see a ball hit to the berm or out to section 405 here. Get those fans a little bit of interaction as well. You know?
Yeah, they're kind of dozing off out there at times.
Got to get some balls put out there.
Easton Carmichael has clubbed 3 home runs this year. He has driven in 11. Sooner runners at the corners and 2 down in the 4th. There goes Gamble, and he'll easily take second base uncontested. So now 2 men in scoring position as that pitch bounced to the catcher Karada, who didn't even throw down.
Oh, yeah, you can really tell that they're being very careful with Easton. I've seen a plethora of just off-speed pitches thrown to him, a lot of balls in the dirt, and so really good job by Easton not to take the cheese, not to take the bait.
Drives this one back up the middle. It's a base hit into center field. In to score comes Willits. Gamble is around third. The throw will not get him. And Easton Carmichael delivers again. It is a 2-run single up the middle. Sooners lead at 5-1. There's your 2-out rally, Kendall.
I was about to say, how about that for a 2-out rally? Good job, E.
So 2 more runs driven in for Easton Carmichael, numbers 12 and 13 on the year, and Eddie Cornejo is out of the CSUN dugout. He's going to make a pitching change. Maybe a batter too late as Easton Carmichael delivers for Oklahoma. It is 5-1 Sooners, and we've got a pitching change. We'll remind you that Riverwind Casino's newly remodeled gaming floor has almost 3,000 of your favorite games, complemented by a variety of bars, restaurants, and the best live music in the metro. It's no surprise that Riverwind is always a good time. So as the Matadors make a pitching change, we'll step aside with Oklahoma leading 5-1 with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning. This is Sooner baseball from Learfield. The inning, 2 runs chased home to lead it 5-1. Jason Davis, second pitcher of the day used. He is a junior from Torrance, California. He came through El Camino College, spent 3 years there. This is his first at CSUN. 6'5", 220 pounds is this junior.
I was going to say, Chad, he looked big up there. When I saw him walking out to the mound, I was like, he must have some height on him. But 6'5", I didn't think he was 6'5", but based off the little flood of his pants, it must seem like they don't have any.
Well, I was going to mention that. I don't know if that's just a look he's got, or if the pants are simply too short for him.
I don't know. I get you. I bet you they don't have many 6'5" guys coming in through CSUN.
I'll promise you, I'm not going to go up and make fun of his pants if that's the case. He would fit in on this Sooner pitching staff at that size. Mm-hmm. Right-hander out of the stretch position. Carmichael at first, Christensen at the plate, and a throw over. Good breaking pitch there. Kind of shortened up Sam Christensen. Wanted to offer at that pitch, but he held up. It's a strike anyway. Long time in the set position. Carmichael's on the move. It's a breaking pitch that swung on and missed, and the throw is on target by Karada. He guns down Easton Carmichael to end the inning. Easton tried to slide to the back of the bag, but to no avail as he is gunned down by Matthew Carrata to close the fourth inning. And I think they're going to review this play. So we'll hold it right here for a moment as we have a review brought to you by Noble McIntyre and McIntyre Law. Now, the way that it works is the umpires can initiate a review on their own, or head coaches can call for it. You get 2 challenges as a coach. If you win the challenge, you get to keep the challenge. And then we get to the 8th inning, and reviews, especially when you get into conference play, those will be initiated by the replay center. It is quite complicated, and there's so many things you can review and can't review. We'll also have the benefit of Hawkeye. That is 6 stationary cameras down the baselines to review things once you get into SEC play.
Oh, yeah, and I've heard a little bit about Hawkeye and how we'll have a lot more cameras down there to get a lot more different angles. I know back when I was playing, we had about 2 cameras here, and we couldn't really get a good angle on anything. And so definitely this is pretty cool to have Hawkeye here with us, and able to kind of really get a good feel for whether the person is safe or out.
Well, he's going to be out. We're looking at the replay here in our booth, and Easton is trying to slide to the back of the bag. He has no hand and no foot on the bag, and you can see a firm tag on his left leg. I would not imagine this will take too long as they utilize the curbside replay. So what it will do is it'll at least reset the count for Sam Christensen, and the out is confirmed. A caught stealing on Carmichael is out number 3. But the Sooners tag on 2 runs on a 2-run single by Easton Carmichael. They do so on 3 hits. 5-1 Oklahoma on top, headed to the 5th. Today's broadcast is brought to you by the Pioneer Library, enriching lives and empowering communities. Sooners lead at 5-1. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield.
Entrepreneurs and More Norman in South Oklahoma City have an experienced business partner in their neighborhood. More Norman Technology Center's workforce and economic development team understands the challenges entrepreneurs and small businesses face every day. From building an effective business model to hiring the right employees and managing cash flow, More Norman's business development experts can help you move forward confidently and thrive, knowing that you have a skilled partner at your side. Learn more about More Norman's Technology Center by calling 405-801-5000 or visit us online at mntc.edu.
OU softball, baseball, and gymnastics offer great opportunities for you to get out for some exciting action and support your Sooners. Going to an OU event or game? Balfour of Norman on Campus Corner invites you to stop by and get some new OU gear. Whether it's a softball jersey with your favorite player or just a new lucky shirt or hat to wear to the game, Balfour has everything you need to be in style and showing your colors. Cheer for the Sooners in the best and newest styles in Sooner sportswear. Come see us on the corner or shop online at crimsonproud.com, where you will find everything Sooner.
Fowler Automotive is proud to be a part of your community, where our passion and values lie far beyond the showroom. We believe that families, sports, art, and culture are at the heart of every thriving community, and it's important to us that we help build the communities that our dealerships call home. Stop by any of our 6 Oklahoma dealerships to see the Fowler Standard hard at work. We pride ourselves on being friendly, helpful, honest, and fair. This is what drives us every day. Fowler Automotive, a proud partner of OU Athletics.
The Country Boys is back. It's 6 o'clock. It's time to have a good day.
I got up this morning and I said I'm going to do something for the United Streets of America. So I got Navy Roots in here.
Eldale Mitchell Park in Norman. Just a beautiful 70-degree day at the old ballpark. Alongside Kendall Pettis, I'm Chad McKee. Malachi Witherspoon is back out to the mound. He faces Cameron Calvillo, the cleanup batter here for CSUN. First pitch misses. We'll see how long the leash is here for Malachi. Skip Johnson's made a couple of trips to the mound. 70 degrees here, and in your hometown of beautiful Chicago, it is what?
A whopping 27 degrees.
Ouch. There's a high fly ball into shallow center field. Walk calls off his teammates and makes the catch for the first out. But you get rewarded in Chicago June through September or October with, to me, the most beautiful weather in the country. It's not too humid and it's not too hot.
I agree, and I'll always stand by believing that Chicago is the best city in the world. I mean, I am.
Oh, you went world. I just said.
I'm a city boy. I love the city. I love going down to Oklahoma City whenever I can. I like just getting good food, and I just love the vibe of city. So yeah, that's how I've always been. But I think as I get a little bit older and stuff like that, I might move out to the suburbs or something like that.
Could talk you into it. The crowds in the big cities.
Yeah, and that is the only big thing is, it can be a lot of people and it can be pretty hectic. But as a young person, you like that.
Sure.
You like stuff like that.
1-0 pitch here to Matthew Pena is hit foul down the left field line and out of play. It's even at a ball and a strike. So 92 pitches now for Malachi Witherspoon. Right-hander pitching to left-hander. Oklahoma leads 5-1 in the top of the fifth. This is hit foul out of play as well. So 1-2 the count. Fastball velocity still pretty good. That one was 94.
Yeah, it's looking really good, and just having 93 pitches through 4 1/3, man, he's doing a really good job of limiting, a lot of that damage that's been on the base paths.
Pulled on one hop and snared by the second baseman, Kyle Branch. That was hit hard, but fairly easy bounce up around to the midsection of Kyle Branch, and he throws out Pena. Quickly 2 down in the fifth. Brings in Andrew Becker, the left fielder. We saw Kyson Witherspoon and 3 relievers pitch a shutout for the Sooners yesterday. Today, Malachi Witherspoon's given up just 1 run.
Yeah, and I'm looking down in that bullpen trying to see who's down there. Looks like Jamie Hitt's back up in the bullpen after going yesterday.
Jamie Hitt is really finding something as a reliever.
Yeah, he looked really good yesterday. I was watching him pitch. Fastball was up to 94, I think, maybe even touched a 5, and then that slider, cutter, whatever it may be,
it's nasty, whatever it is,
bite to it. And so I'm really excited to see what he brings to the table this year as well.
0-2 here on Becker. Right-hander pitching to left-hander. Becker shortens up on the bat handle. The 0-2 pitch. I think everyone was anticipating it, maybe even Andrew Becker, the batter, but it was not a called strike 3. So Witherspoon will offer up a 1-2. This one is yanked foul down the right field line and bounces off the wall out into the field of play. So somebody's going to have to take care of that ball out on the warning track.
Yeah, and I don't know if the people listening to us on the radio can hear the crowd noise in the background, but clearly nobody really liked that last call.
Yeah, they did not. Pitch number 99 today from Malachi Witherspoon, and the 1-2. Bouncing ball in a 2-hopper slowly to third. Willis backhands it, throws low to first, but it's dug out there by Taki, and the inning is over. A 1-2-3 inning. In fact, that's the first 1-2-3 inning that Malachi Witherspoon has pitched today. He pitches through 5 and leaves perhaps with a 5-1 lead. That's the Sooner advantage halfway through this one. You're
on someone else's. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Bottom of the 5th inning coming your way from Elldale Mitchell Park. Sam Christensen will lead things off for the Sooners at the 5th. He was at the plate when Easton Carmichael was caught stealing at second base, and he fouls this first pitch off. It's Christensen, then Kyle Branch, and then Dayton Taki to face Jason Davis, who came on as the reliever for Noah Reinhardt and didn't have to retire a guy at the plate. They got the caught stealing at second base.
No, yeah, Chad. And I remember just when I was playing, I would, at first, if somebody got caught stealing while I was up at the plate, I'd be like, man, like, what are we doing? But then, I mean, shoot, if I was in an 0-2 count or a 2-strike count, I was like, you know what?
Thanks, man.
I actually don't really mind that.
See the third baseman, Ponga Niban, edge in on the grass as Christensen takes low, and it is 2-1 to the Sooner right fielder. Christensen 0 for 2. He's popped up to left and flied to center field today. This pitch runs over the outer half of the plate, about 87 miles an hour on a fastball there from Davis. 5 runs, 9 hits, 2 errors for the Sooners, and they have left 5 men stranded. Swing and a miss here. Strike 3. Pretty good breaking pitch there from Jason Davis. Sits down Sam Christian.
Yeah, Chad, I was going to say that looked like a really good changeup. I can't really tell what it is from up here, but whatever it is had Sam out in front.
So Christensen retired. That'll bring in Kyle Branch. Believe that is the first strikeout for CSUN pitching today. Matadors just haven't capitalized on their opportunities. They have 1 run on 6 hits and have left 8 men stranded as Branch fouls off the first pitch, trying to extend his 10-game hitting streak to start the season. He does have a walk today. He's 0 for 1.
Yeah, and I'm really liking what I'm seeing out of Branch here. He kind of, I don't know about you, but he gives me a little bit of, he reminds me of Isaiah Lane. I don't know if you remember
I do.
Isaiah playing last year, but you know, both of them wore number 6 as well. They kind of, and like, I always think that's Isaiah out there. I'm like, he looks like just the whole demeanor and everything is like very similar to Isaiah, and both are obviously really good baseball players.
0-2 to Branch. He lines this one past the glove of the diving first baseman Pena. It's into right field. A big turn at first base, and he will hold right there. Mejia got back up and in with that one. And Kyle Branch has extended his season opening hitting streak to 10 games now. He's a very highly recruited guy, and he has certainly lived up to the billing as Branch. He is. 1 out single in the 5th inning gets Dayton Taki to the plate. Taki is 2 for 2 with a triple, a run scored and a run driven in. Backs out of the way of that pitch. 1-0 the count. Matadors used 4 pitchers last night. The starter was Ryan Halamachek, and then 3 relievers after him.
Remember, we talked a lot about Taki going for the cycle here. So there goes the double right there. That's the double right there.
They put the runner in motion.
That's the double right there.
The ball is bobbled in the outfield. All the way into score is going to come Branch, and Taki is standing at third again. Now, I would think that will be a double and an error.
I'm hoping so we can get that this home run going.
Or else it's going to be the second triple.
Yeah.
But I would imagine they will score it double and an error. Either way, it's the second run batted in for Dayton Taki today. And he's standing at third base, 1 away in the inning, and the Sooners now lead it 6-1.
Yeah, what a great day by Taki so far, man. Dropping the ball to all parts of the field, looking really good.
1 run on 2 hits here in the inning. There's not an error up there.
No, I wonder if they're still trying to decide whether to give it an error or not.
Well, if it's fielded cleanly out there, there's no way he's going to third base.
No, and that's what I'm saying. And so
as much as you would like for a guy to have 2 triples in a game, you really can't give it to him.
Yeah.
Here's Mudler with a runner at third and 1 away. Infield is in at the corners to try to chop down a potential runner coming to the plate, and Mudler swings through that pitch. It's 1-1. Scott is 0 for 2 today. He's flied to center and popped up to short. How about the day for Dayton Taki? 3 hits and 2 runs driven in. He's at third. Mudler takes outside. 2-1.
Yeah, really proud of Taki, man. Looking really good out there, using the whole field, driving that ball. And I don't know if you noticed, but I think it was a little hit and run action there too with because that ball was hit right at the shortstop, but he was not there. He was already headed towards
Slow roller here is cut off by the first baseman, Pena. The pitcher covering. Davis gets the out, but the Sooners get a run. As Taki crosses the plate, it'll be an infield RBI ground out for Scott Mudler. And the Sooners lead it 7-1 now.
Just a really good job by Mud there. I know he probably doesn't think that he did a good job there, but really good job of putting the ball in play right there and getting that RBI. Extending that lead.
And that was a good play by the pitcher, Davis. He had a long way to run to get over there.
Yeah, he did. It's a good play all around.
Sooners plating 2 more runs in the inning. And with 2 down and the base is clear, Dawson Willis swings through the first pitch from Davis. Now 7 runs on 11 hits for the Sooners.
think that's a good recipe for success right there.
The 0-1 misses a little bit outside.
About to say, it seemed like the pitcher took a little extra time right there off the mound. I think he might have some arm troubles.
Yeah,
coach is coming out.
Looks like John Strauss, the pitching coach, is going to come out. You're right. He's kind of looking at his right arm.
Yeah.
And I would doubt they're going to take any chances with this. Trainer will come out and have a look also. So Jason Davis, well, looks like he might stay in the game. Might give him a couple of pitches here to just check it out.
He said he was good. He gave him a thumbs up, so I don't know. I don't know if he just kind of landed awkwardly or something or what.
At any rate, Willis digs back in with a 1-1 count. And pulls this one into the Sooner dugout. Over on the third base side.
Got all those guys running away from the...
Yeah, that one wasn't hit hard. You got to stick your hand out and get that.
Yeah, you got to catch it. Yeah. I always was a fan of catching. Or not trying to move, being the cool guy and not moving, even though the ball is 2 inches from your face at 100 miles an hour. You know, you just got to...
Yeah, there's another one. So 1-2 the count here on Willis, the number 9 batter. He singled back in the second. Flied to the right fielder Mejia in the fourth. 1 for 2 day for the Sooner third baseman. Taps another one foul. Now that one is knocked down by Jason Walk in the on deck batter's area. Two more runs home, 2 more hits, an error in the inning as well. And there's strike 3 call. Willis gets rung up by the plate umpire David Savage, but the Sooners post 2 more runs and carry a 7-1 lead to the top of the 6th inning. Today's game broadcast is brought to you by the Pioneer Library, enriching lives and empowering communities. Oklahoma leads at 7-1 over CSUN, and this is Sooner baseball from Learfield. Oklahoma leads CSUN 7-1 on a beautiful sun-splashed Saturday afternoon at Elldale Mitchell Park in Norman, and Oklahoma going to the bullpen for the first time in this one. Good outing for Malachi Witherspoon. He's in position to pick up his 2nd win of the season, and he'll be replaced now by the left-hander Jamie Hitt, who's been a big success out of the bullpen for Skip Johnson this year. In fact, we saw him last night. This is already his 6th appearance. 5 2/3 innings, 3 hits. He's given just 1 earned run. He has 2 walks and 11 strikeouts. He struck out the side in his 1 inning of work last night, Kendall.
Yeah, no, Jamie's been looking really good, and I know that he has had a lot of appearances already, but I bet you with his experience of being a starting pitcher in the previous years, you know, I bet you Skip's not afraid to throw him out there on back-to-back days, and hopefully he can get kind of do what he did yesterday as well.
Pitching changes are brought to you by Serta Pro Painters. Are you looking to make a change at your home? The professionals at Serta Pro Painters can help. Mention this ad and get 10% off your exterior or interior painting from Serta Pro Painters. Call 405-990-8521. Tyler Mejia, left-hand batting right fielder, is in to face the left-handed pitcher Jamie Hitt. He has been on base twice tonight. Swings at the first pitch and skies it foul out of play over the third base side. Mejia was safe on an error back in the second, and then he singled and scored the lone run of the game for CSUN. And the lone run they've scored in 2 games. Did that back in the 4th. The 0-1 pitch. Maybe inside and 1-1. We're asking.
That ball looked like a strike to me.
I'm with you. Really close. We're asking Skip Johnson about Jamie Hitt in this reliever's role, and he said he is a sprinter, and you know, just get him out there and turn him loose. As the 1-1 pitch is hit foul.
Yeah, I've always liked playing behind Jamie. I know he was a strike thrower, and so having guys like that on the mound is really good. You know, especially for your defense who wants to, you know, get some balls hit to him and things like that. And so I know he's going to go out there and compete and throw the ball over the plate and not really care whether they hit it or not, because he knows he has 7 guys behind him.
Sooners shift with 3 infield defenders on the first base side of the infield now. This hit misses outside, 2-2 on Mejia. It'll be Mejia and then Carrata and then Elijah Fairchild, the lower third of the lineup for CSUN. Here in the top of the 6th inning, Oklahoma leads it 7-1. A little flare that'll be caught by the second baseman, Kyle Branch, in shallow right field with the shift on. He's back there. 1 away.
I'm just glad the shift worked that time.
That's a base hit if there's not a shift on. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I don't know, unless we have Wembanyama out there at second or something like that. I don't think anyone's catching that one.
Nope. It would have been a little too tall for a regular second base position. Here's Matthew Carrata, the catcher, with a 1 away, and the base is clear. Carrata 0 for 2 with a strikeout, and he's been safe on an error. Shows bunt and does bunt, but hit, pounces off the mound, flips it over to first base, 2 down.
Really good job right there by Jamie to get off the mound there. I know we used to give him a lot of crap for how he got off the mound one time against, I don't even remember who we were playing, but I know he took a tumble, and we gave him a lot of crap for it, but it was a pretty fun, it was very funny. I'm just glad he was able to get that out right there.
Made it look easy.
Made it look really easy.
A guy does that, and you say, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Here is Elijah Fairchild, the shortstop. He's 1 for 2. Had a base hit in the 4th and struck out in the 2nd. Really chokes up on the bat. Maybe 3 inches or so in from the left side, and hit just peels one right through there for a strike.
Oh yeah, and I was always a fan of choking up on the bat. I knew I wasn't a power hitter. I knew I didn't have. I wasn't really gonna put balls out of the park all the time, and so I knew that choking up would help me with my bat control and things of that nature, and make sure I'm putting the ball in play, especially during like situational times where I really needed to put a ball in play.
Fairchild is way at the back of the left-handed batter's box. In fact, it almost looks like his back foot is outside the line, but it's certainly right on top of it. And hit deals him a strike, and it's 1-2. Bases empty and 2 down here in the top of the 6th. Oklahoma leads CSUN 7-1. Sooners trying to take the first 2 games of this 3-game set after winning 9-0 last night. Plate umpires saying the count should be 1-1. And now is saying that Jamie took too long there. It's going to be a pitch clock violation, and so the count goes to 2-2. So what he was doing was holding up 2 fingers to say that is ball 2. This hit misses upstairs with that pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes now.
So if there's nobody on base, can you step off still, or like if you step off with nobody on base, do they count that as a ball, or do you get a warning still?
You get 1.
You get 1 warning. Okay, 1 step off per batter, or 1 per?
1 period.
1 step off.
1 step off. Oh, we're trying to speed things up.
I see.
3-2 pitch is squibbed foul toward the Sooner dugout over on the first base side. Yeah, the pitch clock rules. It has definitely sped the game.
Yes, I agree.
It sometimes seems like it is going slow, but if you're over in the dugout, it's happening fast.
Oh, yeah.
For a coach, and certainly for a pitcher out there trying to process everything. Another payoff pitch headed home to Elijah Fairchild. Lines this one down the left field line, and it is just foul by about 2 feet. So we'll do it all over again. Sooner Baseball is brought to you by Bob Moore Ford. They are proud to honor service members through the Patriot of the Game. To nominate a Patriot, visit bobmooreford.com/hero. Fairchild really taking his time getting back to the batter's box.
Yeah, after round at first base, he's probably breathing a little hard, you know, want to take a little stroll back to home plate, catch his breath.
You know, that's one of the things they haven't put a clock on.
Yeah, that is the one thing that they haven't. I've always wondered, like, do you do a courtesy jog? Do you walk? Like, I never really knew.
Yeah, what is the etiquette there?
I don't know. Even I don't know that. And so I notice a lot of people do. They may do a courtesy jog, but a lot of guys walk. They don't care at all.
Yeah,
They'll just walk. They'll take their time.
Well, there is ball 4 to Fairchild. So the number 9 batter has drawn a walk, and it's back to the top of the order for Roberto Gonzalez.
Well, it's looking like that pitch clock ball definitely helped them out.
It did. That is only the 3rd walk issued this year by Jamie Hitt against 11 strikeouts. But here's Gonzalez, who is 1 for 3 with a double to lead off the game back in the 1st. He's also hit into a fielder's choice to the second baseman, and he's flied to left. Kind of showed bunt there, but didn't look fully committed. He didn't offer at the pitch, though, and it was up and away for ball 1.
I know Jamie's probably mad that he let that non-ho guy off the hook. Now he's got the top of the order to worry about. Luckily, he's another lefty, so.
First baseman Dayton Taki holding against the runner, but he's about a foot off the bag is Taki. He's in front of the first base bag. And Jamie Hitt misses a little upstairs.
I guess. I don't know.
We'll go with upstairs.
Like we said, we can't really see it that well from up here.
Here's hits 2-0. Hit foul out of play down the left field line. Sooner men's basketball losing a close one at Ole Miss today by 3 points. The Sooner softball team is in action just down the street at Love's Field. They started at 3:15, taking on Kansas. They're going to play Marshall at 6 o'clock tonight. And they won 2 games yesterday, both by a 9-1 run rule final. 2-1.
Yeah,
3 balls and a strike just outside.
It doesn't really look like we lost too many people to the softball game. So
I would agree.
Good. That's good.
Softball is 15-0. Baseball going for 10-0 today.
I mean, can any other school say that right now?
That is a good question. This pitch is pulled foul toward the CSUN dugout on the first base side. 3-2. About that 2022 season when it was nearly 2 national championships, softball and baseball.
Yeah, and softball gives us crap about that all the time. I still talk to some of the ladies on that team like Riley Boone and Kenzie Hansen and Tiare and Jada Coleman and girls like that. And so I know they'll always be like, yeah, y'all really should have won that for us, so we could have been, you know, both national champs. But hey, it is what it is. We're still fighting for one this year. So
Gonzalez pops up to the Sooner left fielder Trey Gamble, and the inning is over. So a 2-out walk is left stranded. 7-1 Oklahoma. Mention this ad and get 10% off your interior or exterior painting from Certa Pro Painters. Call 405-990-8521. Sooners would like to extend the advantage here, and they will have the top of the order coming in the top of the 6th inning. Jason Walk now has a hit in all 10 games this season. Had a base hit back in the 1st. He's 1 for 3 today. Homered yesterday. Third baseman Kyle Ponganiban is inside the bag at third. Walk shows bunt, takes the pitch, and it's inside.
Yeah, really proud to see Jason doing how good he's doing at the top of this lineup. You know, just kind of learning from guys like John Spikerman and guys who would be at the top of the lineup for us, and kind of being able to have that experience that he did last year and being at the top of the lineup is really been helpful for the Sooners this year.
Power at the top of the lineup and great speed. He's stolen 2 bases today. Shows bunt on the 2-0 pitch, and it's in there for a call. Strike 1. Mendez is 1-0 on the season. He's pitched 8 2/3 innings, surrendered 11 hits and 8 runs, 8 walks and 9 strikeouts. And the catcher Carrata goes out for a visit here. Sooner Baseball is brought to you in part by OG&E. We energize life. Take us back to that trip to Omaha. For people who haven't been, 2022, and that magical run that your team made all the way to the national championship game and facing an SEC school in Ole Miss.
No, yeah, I mean the whole situation was surreal, especially that championship league between us and Ole Miss, or those 2 championship games. I just think that it was just wild to see how many Ole Miss fans were there, and like I was in the outfield, so I could really see everything. I could see where what color the fans were wearing and where everyone was at, and it was just like a sea of blue. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I know early in the game they put a couple runs up on us early and scored a little bit early. And I mean that first run they scored, I was running after the ball because it was hit down left field line. And like, fans scared me by how loud they were cheering. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, it was like, I was like, oh my God. But like, I was like, I got to go get the ball. But I was like, man, it's loud in here. And so I always will remember that whole time, that whole 2022 year was really special. We had a lot of really special guys in that team, a lot of guys that are still playing professionally now.
Jason Walk draws the leadoff walk. Jackson Willits to the plate and slashes the first pitch foul and out of play.
I figured with the last name Walk, you would hope that he gets walked a lot of times, right?
Without question. That's his first of the day, and with Walk, he can turn a walk into 2 bases quickly, even 3. 2 stolen bases today as Willits takes it upstairs, 1-1.
I wouldn't mind him trying to get 3 or 4 here right now.
Jackson Willits drove in Walk with an RBI single in the first. 2 hits for Jackson Willits today. He's driven in a run and scored a run. In from the left side and taking down and in. Now 2-1. We'll run down the SEC scoreboard as we get a chance. Sooner softball leads 4-0 over Kansas in the bottom of the 3rd, just down the street at Love's Field, as Willits takes one that bounces off of home plate. 3-1. Walk has shown no signs of taking off from first base. The 3-1 swung on and missed. Walk's got those sliding gloves, oven mitts.
The double mitts, man.
Yeah.
The double mitts. I've never been a fan of the double mitts, but I know he loves it. And we always talk about him and his double mitts, man, because he's always over there struggling to get them on before the pitcher's over there throwing.
Also helpful for taking a casserole out of the oven. Walker's on the move, the throw, and a head-first slide. He's safe with his 3rd stolen base of the day, but it won't matter because it was ball 4 low to Jackson Willits. Or was it? They call strike 3?
Strike 3, yeah.
It was strike 3. So Willits strikes out. It was important out there at second base. It is a steal for Walk. And he's in scoring position. My mistake, Jackson Willits strikes out for the first time.
Yeah, I couldn't really tell what that pitch was. I bet you he thought it was a little low. I thought it may have been a little low as well, but how about 3 steals on the day for J-Walk?
Jason Walk kind of straightening things out there. We lost the all-time stolen base king this year, the great Ricky Henderson, who passed away here in recent months. What a brilliant player and character of the sport of baseball he was.
Oh, yeah, and I know we have guys like Shohei Ohtani and Aaron Judge out here now, but I mean, if you look at some of his stats and how many stolen bags he has compared to whoever's in second base, it's not even close. So I wish I was alive around the time that he was playing, just to see like how, I mean, it had to be easy or something, because how do you get that many bags for so long, you know?
This pitch is downstairs, 2-0 to Trey Gamble. Gamble's got 2 hits on the day. Ricky Henderson was that almost original guy that had power and speed. I don't know how many leadoff home runs he hit to start games. Never lifted weights.
Really?
Just push-ups for Ricky.
Didn't know that.
The 2-0 pitch is in there to Trey Gamble. Gamble singled and scored in the 3rd and did the same in the 4th. Sooners just have not had that big inning. At least one run in every inning, but no more than 2 in any inning. And this one is downstairs, so 3-1 on Gamble. It's kind of pecking their way to a 7-1 advantage.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with getting a running inning.
Walk. Good lead out at second base. And there's ball 4 outside to Trey Gamble. So 2 walks in the inning now. And Easton Carmichael to the plate with runners at first and second and 1 down. Have you sat out there in section 405?
No, I need to make my way out there.
I would agree. Maybe we could do a broadcast from out there.
I know, that would be pretty cool, right? And hey, we'd be in the sun. It'd be nice and warm out there. Get us a little tan going or something like that,
Let's do it. Right now, it looks like we're going to have a conversation at the mound. John Strauss, the pitching coach, is out to chat with Max Mendez. Runners at first and second. He nearly walked Willits as well. Went to a 3-ball count. So he has walk, and Gamble. Take a look at some of the scores from around the SEC. 18 games, as we've said, involving teams in the SEC today, and a couple of them have already gone final. Trying to get you an updated Air Comfort Solutions SEC scoreboard as the conversation continues on the mound. 3rd-ranked Tennessee beat Rice 13-3 in Houston. Kentucky over Hofstra 6-1 in Lexington today. They've taken the first 2 games of the series. 10-0 run rule win for 6th-ranked Georgia over Florida Gulf Coast. Clemson has taken the first 2 games of their series with South Carolina. The 13th-ranked Tigers win at 5-1 today. First game of 2 in Columbia, Missouri has Missouri beating Evansville 6-2. That's the final in that one. Charlotte and 4th-ranked Arkansas are tied at 5 in the top of the 7th inning. Here the Sooners have runners at first and second and 1 down. Easton Carmichael at the plate. Swings at the first pitch and misses. Alabama 8-2 over North Dakota State in the top of the 8th in Tuscaloosa. Arizona leads 18th-ranked Mississippi State 5-1. They're playing in Houston, and they're in the top of the 3rd. 8th-ranked Florida and Miami scoreless in Gainesville in the 4th inning. The 0-1 here to Carmichael, hit hard on the ground right at the 3rd baseman Panganiban. He'll go to second for 1. The relay throw by Boardman is in time. An around-the-horn double play turned by the Matadors. And the Sooners are held scoreless in the bottom of the 6th inning. 7-1, Oklahoma on top as we move to the 7th. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. Up tosses. We'd like to thank the official Eat, Play, Stay partners of Oklahoma Athletics. Visit Norman, Cup Bop, Midway Deli, and Norman NCED. Visit Soonersports.com for more information. Matadors will send 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup to the plate here. Kyle Panganiban will be up first, then Colton Boardman and Cameron Calvillo. And here is Catalano set to go. Right-hander against right-hander. The shadows now cover the home plate area. The ball's coming from the sunlight of the mound and into the shadows. And the first pitch is fouled out of play by Panganiban, who's 1 for 3. He had a single back in the 4th inning. Kyson Witherspoon started this game for the Sooners. He's in position to pick up the win. 5 innings, 6 hits, and 1 unearned run with 4 strikeouts and a walk for Malachi Witherspoon, I should say. Kyson got the win last night. This pitch is fouled back.
Oh, yeah, Chad, and I actually wanted to bring up that the shade moving in towards over a little bit over home plate. We talk about it a lot. That it's hard to hit right now when you have that. When the pitcher's out in the sun and then you're out in the shade, like when you get that difference, it actually does really affect you, going from the light to the shade.
0-2 pitch is popped up. Shallow right center field for the right fielder Christensen to come in and make the catch for the first out. That's the other side of it. Defensively, it's a bear for the second baseman and the right fielder right now with that sum.
Oh, yeah. And that's why I was telling somebody the other day I was so glad I was in the left field for most of my time here. I mean, if I was in right field during home games, I would just got to wish me luck.
First pitch to Colton Boardman is hit foul and out of play toward the Oklahoma bullpen. (7-1) Sooners on top of the seventh inning. (93-mile-an-hour) fastball from Catalano that's up and away to Boardman. Boardman is 1 for 3 today. Just got a piece of that breaking pitch, taps it foul, and it'll go to 1-2.
And I don't know about you, Chad, but I think I just heard a little bit of cheering from a softball game here in the background. I don't know if you heard that, but it sounded like some cheering going on at the softball stadium.
So the 1-2 pitch is down and in. The wind is kind of an east wind, and it's really blowing from Love's Field, which is to the east of us, right down the street. And you can see the State of Oklahoma scoreboard at Love's Field. As we get the 2-2 to Boardman. Shoots this one into the air into left field. Trey Gamble, the left fielder, has it. There's out number 2.
Yeah, there may be a lot of home runs hit at the softball stadium today.
A bunch. Cameron Calvillo, the DH right-handed batter, will stand in.
Do you ever rate the walk-up songs?
I was going to ask you, what was yours?
It changed every year, but I love the artist Gunna, Gunna. He's one of my favorite artists just to listen to outside of the stadium and things of that nature, and I'll play him when we're in the clubhouse and things like that. And like I would say he's a mainstream artist, so a lot of the guys knew him and a lot of guys liked his stuff, and so I would kind of just play some of his mainstream songs as my walk-up to kind of get the crowd into it and to get my teammates into it as well.
All right. 1-1 pitch is outside. 2 balls and a strike here to Cameron Calvillo. Calvillo today is 0 for 3. There's a flare into right center field that will indeed drop. Played on a couple of hops by Sam Christensen. A 2-out single by Cameron Calvillo keeps the inning going here for the Matadors. Which teammate had the most unique walk-up music that you can remember?
Colton Sunloff. Do you remember Colton Sunloff?
I do remember Colton Sunloff. Now, he was a pitcher.
Yes, and his walk-out song was... It was something by like R. Kelly or something like that. It was
I Believe I Can Fly?
It was, I forget what it was, but it was something where we were just like, what are you doing, bro? Like, what do we got going on? And like, it was whatever he liked to listen to. And I always thought that he had a pretty funny one. I remember a lot of people liked Brandon Zaragoza's. I think he had a Spanish song.
Oh, yes.
His.
Yep.
And so I know a lot of people like that one. I know John Spikerman's was pretty dope. I would love listening to his walk-up song as he kind of came.
There goes Calvillo taking off towards second. He's going to be thrown out. That pitch was down in the dirt, and he kind of casually started to go and then thought, why not? And that's why not. As Calvillo gets thrown out by Scott Mudler, and the inning is over. Matthew Pena will be back at the plate in the 8th inning. But a successful stint there for Michael Catalano. A scoreless 7th inning pitched by him. 7th inning.
Painter's business is independently owned and operated. Contractor license and registration information is available at CertaPro.com.
7-1, Sooners on top, 7th inning stretch here at Eldale Mitchell Park. Sooner Baseball brought to you in part by Coca-Cola. Crisp, refreshing, and irresistibly tasty. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Try and decide. Oklahoma trying to move to 10-0 on the season. 7-1 comfortable advantage. Haven't really been able to really extend it just yet. And they will face a new pitcher, right-hander Hayden Hall out of Elk Grove, California. He is the 4th pitcher used by the Matadors today. He'll face Sam Christensen and then Kyle Branch and Dayton Taki. They are the scheduled Sooner hitters here in the last of the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch always brings about interesting fan behavior. They were giving out hot dogs, and you would have thought they were $1,000 bills, Kendall.
Yeah,
people losing their minds.
Yeah, we had this guy right here in front of us. I mean, just screaming our ear off in here, man. I don't know what's going on.
I hope he at least got a hot dog.
I hope so too.
And while they're at it, they could send us a couple. It's been a long afternoon here in the booth as Christensen fouls this one down into the dirt. 0-2 the count to Big Sam Christensen. 0 for 3 is he today. He's flied out twice and struck out once. Came in 6 out of his last 11 at the plate and still batting .400, even though he's 0 for 3 today. A home run and 8 driven in. That pitch needed a cutoff man. It bounced. So 1-2 the count.
Yeah, and that's just with a pitch like that, if you're up 0-2 and that guy spikes something like that, or you throw something just way out of the zone in a 2-strike count, that just, for the most part, that means you're just trying too hard. You're trying to make it nastier than it already was. You're trying to make it better than the pitch before. All you got to do is repeat the same thing.
2-2 pitch to Christensen is downstairs and a full count. Skip Johnson is so big on that. The process, all you can do is execute the pitch.
That's it.
You got to accept the result afterward and move on. The 3-2. Just got a piece of that one. Whacked it foul back to the back screen. $1:00 is first pitch tomorrow. 12:30 pregame show. Toby Rowland will return for that one. Hard hit ground ball here to first. Up with it is Matthew Pena. He'll take it to the bag himself for the first out in the 7th. I will be across the street calling Oklahoma women's basketball on SEC Network Plus tomorrow. It is a 1:30 start, and it is senior day for Jenny Baranchek's Sooners. Already done. It's the regular season finale for women's basketball. Seems like the season went rapidly.
Yeah, I know. We're already in March, you know. But
we are.
Now we can get a little bit excited for some March Madness.
Kyle Branch is in, taking strike on the outside corner. Branch has another hit today. He's 1 for 2. Singled and scored a run in the 5th inning. And here he takes outside. Jackson Willits started the scoring with an RBI single in the 1st. Then a bunt by Willis scored Taki in the 2nd and made it 2-0. Taki had an RBI single to score Gamble and make it 3-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. This ball is lifted towards shallow left field. Andrew Becker, the left fielder, started back and now comes ranging back in to grab out number 2. So the Sooners led 3-0 after the 3rd. The Matadors got a run on a single RBI base hit by Elijah Fairchild in the top of the 4th. But Easton Carmichael responded for the Sooners in the bottom of the 4th with a 2-run single. That made it 5-1. And then in the 5th, Taki an RBI double and an RBI ground out by Scott Mudler got us to where we are, 7-1 Sooners. And here's Taki. 429 average for him.
And you know what else is on well, did they give him 2 triples?
I've got him with a double.
Oh, I think they got it. I think they put it up there finally.
And he drills this one on 2 hops to the right fielder Mejia and has another base hit. So Taki is 4 out of 4 in this game.
Stay hot.
So Dayton Taki stands at first with 2 down. It is officially a triple and 3 singles. So they ruled it a base hit and then a 2-base error on his last plate appearance. I can be down with that.
I don't know. I mean, I thought that ball was hitting the gap. Taki got a little bit of speed for his size, and he would have easily made it a second off that. And so I don't agree with that. And that's just me. I thought they should have given him a double right there. Get his slugging percentage up there too. You know, nobody wants to hit singles.
That's a good point. Slugging percentage. I have no idea how to calculate that formula, but I know it's a cool thing.
Yeah, it's hard to figure it out, but I mean, it definitely would have helped with a double instead of a single.
1-1 pitch is shot through the left side. The shift was on, and the shortstop Fairchild was on the second base side of the infield. So Mudler took advantage of that. And Scott Mudler has his first hit. It is a 2-out single to left, and a little 2-out threat going for the Sooners with runners at first and second for Dawson Willis now. Dawson Willis 1 for 3. He had a base hit back in the second. Taki and Mudler with back-to-back singles. Sooners lead 7-1 in the bottom of the 7th. This pitch is hit in the air to right center field. It's got some carry to it, and it's going to be down. Dayton Taki scores. Scott Mudler will stop at third base on a double by Dawson Willis that gives the Sooners an 8-1 lead. 2-hit day for Dawson Willis now. And the Sooners have 14 hits to score 8 runs today.
How about that? 14 hits. Really big AB right there by Dawson too, man. I know he wanted that one bad.
And so it is back to the top of the order for Jason Walk. Dawson Willis driving in his 8th run of the season. Walk today is 1 for 3 at the plate. He has scored a run after singling in the first inning. First pitch, this is a little bit low to Walk. And the next one is also low. 4 Sooners have at least 2 hits today, and Dayton Taki has 4 hits. Willis, Carmichael, and Taki also have hits. Walk deposits this one into right field. It's going to score 2 runs.
I mean, another hit in this game may be over, Chad. What do you think?
It very well could be. And now the run rule run is in scoring position on what will be a double for Jason Walk. Taki, Mudler, Willis have all scored. Dawson Willis with the double and back-to-back doubles now for Willis and Walk. Sooner Baseball is brought to you in part by Oklahoma Career Tech, preparing Oklahomans to succeed in the workplace, in education, and in life. Visit poweredbyokcareertech.com to begin your career development journey today. Here's Jackson Willits, and a base hit would end this game early on a run rule. About Walk now joining the 2-hit parade. He's the 5th Sooner with at least 2 hits today. Yeah. And he's driven in 2 runs. 10-1 Sooners. And Willits fouls this one away. University of Oklahoma and Sooner Sports Properties would like to thank our concession partners, Dos Equis, Dickey's Pit Barbecue, Shakes Frozen Custard, Frito-Lay, Pizza Hut, HTO, Cup Bop, Coop Ale Works, Nacho Express, and Kona Ice.
Now, Chad, I don't know about you, but I don't know if that right fielder knows that Jay Walk's the game-winning run out there. He's sitting all the way back on the track right there.
I would bet he's unaware. You play SEC schools, and players may not be aware before the game that there is a run rule in effect. Yeah. But you're right, Kendall. Mejia is way back by the warning track, and if Willis just puts one into right field, there's no chance to throw out Walk. The 1-1 is down and in. Braden Hall trying to get the final out. And Willett sprays this one foul into the Sooner bullpen down the left field line. Log on to Soonersports.com/kids for information about joining the Sooner Kids Club, presented by OG&E and brought to you in part by Orthodontics exclusively, Mathis Home, and Devon Energy. Sooners have plated 3 runs in this inning. Their biggest inning so far today. RBI double by Willis and a 2-run double by Walk. And this is a one-hopper right at the shortstop. Fairchild, he throws to first, and the inning is over. So a lot of changes out there. The Matadors, just 1 run on 7 hits so far. Sooners have banked out 15 hits to climb out to this 10-1 lead. And CSUN will have Pena, Becker, and Mejia as the scheduled hitters. Now we'll see if Eddie Cornejo elects to use some pinch hitters. But so far, Pena is going to bat for himself here. Lefty-lefty matchup with Jaden Barfield. Barfield, one of those strong lefty arms out of the bullpen for Skip Johnson. His first pitch misses low and away. Barfield is the 4th Sooner pitcher of the day. Malachi Witherspoon is in position to pick up his 2nd win. He lasted 5 innings, gave 6 hits, and just 1 run. It was unearned. 1-0 from Barfield. And Pena went around. 1-1. We saw Jamie hit for an inning that was scoreless. Michael Catalano for a scoreless inning as well. And now Barfield.
Yeah, how about Jaden in his last appearance, man? I mean, just shut down.
Misses a little bit up and in with that one. 2 balls and a strike. The freshman from Pearland, Texas. Deals the 2-1. A little down and in. And Barfield's 3-1 pitch misses outside. Leadoff walk in the 8th issued to Matthew Pena.
Yeah, up 10-1 try. You never really wanted to have a leadoff walk at the start of an inning. It's never a good recipe for a short inning, I'll tell you that.
That is the 3rd walk issued by Sooner pitching today. 4 strikeouts. And here's Andrew Becker, who's 1 for 3. He had a base hit back in the 2nd. Barfield deals him a strike. Another lefty versus lefty matchup. Looks like Tyler Mejia has grabbed a bat and will bat for himself next also.
Yeah, they got a lot of lefties in their lineup.
And the Sooners have a lot of lefties in their bullpen.
Yeah.
Bunted, foul. And 0-2 on Becker.
Which is something we normally didn't really have.
Nope. And Skip Johnson, he was talking about it the other day. Maybe you just go out and get 23 pitchers and 11 position players and just take your chances. You can't have enough pitchers.
Yeah, no, you really can. And having as many pitchers on there as possible, you know, a lot of pitchers go down with arm injuries, so got to have a lot of them.
0-2 the count on Becker. And he got him swinging.
I mean, that thing has to be gross after that swing I just saw right there.
He is almost backed out of the way and
like swung at the same time. I don't know.
Just be glad you're not a left-hander in the box against it, right?
Oh yeah, yes.
1 down, 5th strikeout for Sooner pitching, the first for anyone other than Malachi Witherspoon. And the batter is Tyler Mejia. He's 1 out of 3 today. Bunts this one foul toward the Oklahoma dugout.
I see what they're trying to do. I know Mason is way back behind third, kind of playing a little bit over closer to short with the shift intact a little bit. But I mean, they just not getting bunts down. You know, I know he's playing a little bit back, but I mean, if you can't get the bunt down, can't do anything about it.
0-1 is in there. 0-2 now to Tyler Mejia. Mejia scored the lone run for the Matadors back in the 4th inning. Scored on a base hit by Elijah Fairchild. And the 0-2 is looped down the right field line. Foul. We'll do it all over again. Brandon Kane out there will have to chase it down and toss it back in. Nice to get some young players a little bit of experience in these late game situations. Kane and Harris out there.
And I know a lot of guys. I know they're very happy to be out there. They're proud to be out there because I know even though some people may think, oh, this is just garbage time or things of that nature. No, like these guys are trying to work their way into the lineup as well, and they're trying to fight for time on the field as well. And so I know that they take this time really serious, and I'm glad that they do that.
Mejia swings and misses as well. Similar swing to his predecessor, Becker, almost backing out of the box and then offering it a pitch that's at best on the outer half of the plate.
Yeah, I'm not really sure if I don't know what's going on. I know Jaden was gross the other day down there in Texas, but he's looking good once again.
So he has struck out Becker and Mejia after issuing the walk to Pena. And with 2 down and a runner at first, Matthew Carrata, the catcher, will bat. Carrata struck out in the second, reached on an error in the fourth, and then hit a comebacker to the pitcher in the sixth. 10-1 Sooners in the top of the eighth. And this one is fouled toward the Sooner dugout. Starting to see a few more sweatshirts and jackets emerge. Getting a little cooler here at the ballpark.
It's getting towards that time. It's almost 5 o'clock now?
It is. But a 3-hour game. We started at 2.
Jaden kind of gives me that CC Sabathia feel. You know, he's got his hat on, cocked a little bit to the side. He got a little bit of weight on him, you know, but he's so good, man. I love it. I love it so much.
One slight difference, though. I had the chance to meet CC Sabathia when he won the Warren Spahn Award in Oklahoma City. He's a gigantic human being.
Really?
Huge
like big boy?
Hands. Giant hands.
Yeah.
1-2 to the right side and just through into right field. Past Kyle Branch, the second baseman. So Kane is up with it in right. And Carrata extends the inning for the Matadors as he shoots one through the right side. Runners at first and second and 2 gone.
It's a really good swing right there by him, man. Not trying to do too much with a lefty on the mound. Just as a right-handed hitter, you know, you're looking to drive that ball, let it get a little bit deeper with that lefty, and drive that ball to the right side.
Would you say it was a good pitch as well?
I thought it was a good pitch, yeah. I thought it was on the outside part of the plate, and I think he just did a really good job of letting it get deep and pushing it to the right side.
Here's Elijah Fairchild. He drove in the only run for the Matadors today with a base hit back in the 4th inning. RBI chance for him here. CSUN unable to take advantage of opportunities. They've left 9 runners stranded so far today.
Yeah, I know Coach Eddie isn't going to be happy about that.
One-0 misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Barfield's 2-0 is also outside, so 3 balls, no strikes. All 3 have missed in just about that same spot.
Yeah, it kind of just seems like he may be holding on to that ball a little too long as he's throwing it towards the plate. He's just kind of missing. Everything is glove side, so just kind of making sure that he's staying straight towards the plate and keeping those balls over the plate.
And the 3-0 is over but low for a walk, and the bases are loaded now for CSUN in the 8th. 2 walks and a base hit. Well, Barfield has not yet given up a run this year. Pitched an inning in Oklahoma's win over second-ranked Virginia. The Sooners got back-to-back top 10 wins over Oregon State and Virginia down in Round Rock.
And I was just down. I was down here in Norman watching it on TV, man. And you would have thought that I was still on the team the way I was screaming at the TV, jumping for joy, and just calling out every play. I was so proud to see those 2 big wins. Just from me being a part of some big wins here in my time to seeing them kind of do the same thing, I was just really proud of the boys.
It's the first time since your 2022 team had back-to-back top 10 wins.
Really? Who did we play in 2022?
It was not Arkansas. I can't remember who they were.
Yeah.
You beat top-ranked Arkansas in 2021.
Uh-huh.
Win over another top 2 team. Bases full and 2 gone. Ball 1 misses to the leadoff man, Roberto Gonzalez. Lefty-lefty matchup.
That's nasty.
It was in there, a breaking pitch. Gonzalez is 1 for 4 today. Had a double back in the first. Barfield's 1-1 is also a breaking pitch that snuck over the inside half.
That ball is starting behind the kid, and it is landing in over the plate. So that is a really good breaking ball. I see about Jaden.
And he hit him with that one. So that'll force home a run. A bases loaded hit by pitch on Gonzalez. That forces Pena across the plate. And it's 10-2 Sooners now. Carrata moves to third, Fairchild to second, and Roberto Gonzalez gets the RBI the hard way.
Yeah, had 2 really good breaking balls there before. Tried to sneak another one back past him. It looked like it slipped a little bit and hit him. Really good job by him to stand his ground as well, not get out of the way of that pitch.
So the batter is Kyle Panganiban. Again, 2 down and the bases loaded. He hits this one into right field. It's pretty well hit. Kane came in, and he will make the catch. Inning over. So a run home on a bases loaded hit by pitch, but the bases left loaded by the Matadors, who have now stranded 12 runners on the base paths today. Through 7.5, it is Oklahoma 10 and CSUN 2. This is Sooner Baseball from Learfield. Up more from Barstow, California for CSUN. So lots of changes here. 10-2 Oklahoma on top. Sooners got 1 run in each of the first, second, and third innings. 2 runs in the fourth and the fifth, and then 3 runs in the seventh, comfortably leading by 8. So here, batting for Trey Gamble will be Braden Horton. This is his 3rd at bat of the year. He's 0 for 2 so far. 5th game in which he has appeared. And ball 2 misses away to him. Trey Gamble had 2 hits and a walk, so he was on base 3 times before being pinch hit for. And Horton hits this one hard back up the middle, speared by the sliding shortstop Fairchild. And he'll fire to first to get the out.
Yeah, that's just tough luck right there by Braden, trying to get his first hit as a Sooner, man. And he just hit a ball right up the middle, and just shortstop's right there.
So 1 gone. And we will see pinch hitter here who we've seen quite a bit of, and that's the freshman Drew Dickerson. He'll bat for Easton Carmichael in the cleanup spot. Carmichael had been 1 for 3 with a base hit and a walk. And a 1-hopper speared by the pitcher this time, and a little underhanded flip by Hernandez. 2 up and 2 down. Gabriel Hernandez got himself ready in time. That ball was hit pretty quickly right back to him.
How about that? 3 straight pinch hitters, huh?
We'll see Brandon Kane, who came on as a position player in that last half inning. They had him out in right field. In fact, he made the final putout in the top half of the inning. So he'll bat for the first time in the spot where Sam Christensen was in the number 5 spot. 0-1 pitch. Tried to hold up on the swing, but he gets rung up by the first base umpire, Bennett, anyway. And here's the 0-2. Breaking pitch is away. Brandon Kane out of Mobile, Alabama, came through Mississippi Gulf Coast College. His Uncle Lorenzo, the longtime major leaguer.
Uncle Lorenzo Kane? I didn't know that.
He has been around the program a little bit. Lorenzo?
Yeah, I've met Lorenzo plenty of times.
Tim Overman, the Sooner trainer, has really helped Lorenzo with his leg exercises. And here Brandon Kane grounds out to the second baseman, and the Sooners go 1-2-3 in the 8th. Oklahoma will try to move to 10-0 with a 10-2 lead as we move to the top of the 9th inning. And just Brandon Kircher, big right-hander, will go to the mound for Skip Johnson. And finish things off. Sooners lead at 10-2. 10 runs, 15 hits, 2 errors for the Sooners. They've left 7 men on the base paths. 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error, and 12 left by CSUN today. And Colton Boardman due up first against this big right-hander. Jackson Kircher, freshman from Little Rock Christian Academy. Long look in. He is 6'3", 220 pounds, and he deals the first pitch strike to Boardman.
And that was at 94 too, Chad. I mean, if you got guys coming out of the pen throwing 94 in a 10-2 ball game, I mean, you just got that bullpen, man.
It is an arms race, isn't it?
Insane.
I mean, if you don't throw 94, don't bother coming in.
Yeah.
Here's the 0-2 to Boardman. Got him swinging.
96.
Okay.
Oh my God. 3 straight fastballs. 94, 94, 96. Just out of the pen, out of nowhere.
They have some arms. The bullpen has been excellent for Skip Johnson. And Kircher getting his first appearance here. Strikes out the first man he faces. Cameron Calvillo, the DH, right-handed hitter. And the first pitch misses a little bit upstairs. 10-2 Sooners, 10 runs on 15 hits. And the 1-0 is a fastball over the outside half. 1-1. I know the crowd's enjoying.
Oh, yeah, they're
velocity.
loving the heat. They're loving the velocity. I mean, why wouldn't you?
1-1 is fouled out of play. We'll have the Brahms post-game show, including our post-game visit with head coach Skip Johnson when this one is over with. Once again, a 1 o'clock start time tomorrow, as it looks like Oklahoma will be going for the sweep. Pre-game coverage begins at 12:30. Breaking pitch slammed into left field, and it'll be played on a hop out there. Horton is out there replacing Gamble in left. He gets it back in. 1 out base hit for Cameron Calvillo. That's his second hit of the game. That'll get Matthew Pena to the plate. Jackson Kircher deals and a foul tip. 0-1.
To be honest, Chad, I honestly don't know why we kind of strayed away from the fastball there. You know, he got a slider on that and drove it out to left field. You know, just stick with the fastball. Clearly they can't hit it. I mean, he's throwing fastballs by him the whole time. I would have just let him keep throwing that fastball.
Maybe it's lesson learned.
Yeah.
And 0-2 count on Pena. Pena 0 for 2 with 2 walks and a run scored, and there's a swing and a miss. And the Sooners are 1 out away from 10-0. 2 strikeouts, both on fastballs from Jackson Kircher. Kircher, the 5th pitcher of the day. Malachi Witherspoon in position to pick up the win, his second. He went 5 innings. We've seen Hit, Catalano, Barfield, and now Kircher. 1 out to get for the Sooners to get to 10-0. Andrew Becker, 1 out of 4 today. Had a base hit back in the second. Runner at first is Calvillo. He's on the move, and this one is deposited into left field for a base hit. Calvillo's going to motor to third. And the Matadors have runners at the corners with 2 down. It's
a really good piece of hitting right there. I don't know, should we I guess it's with a 10-2, two outs. I didn't know if Dawson should have covered second on that or just held his ground and let him steal at base. I mean, we're up 8 runs. That run didn't matter. I feel like we should have stayed he should have stayed at short and tried to catch that ball.
Dawson Willis now playing shortstop. We've got time called by the hitter, Mejia, and granted by the plate umpire. So there was no pitch clock violation either way. Breaking pitch misses downstairs to Mejia. There's 1 out of 4 with a single and a run scored. And the 1-0 over the outer half for a called strike with a fastball. Sooners got a run in the first on a Willits single. Then Willis with a bunt that scored Taki to make it 2-0 in the second. Taki singled home Gamble, and it was 3-0 in the third. They would get another run in the bottom of the fourth, 2 runs in the fifth, and then blew it open with a 3-run seventh. 10-2 Oklahoma. 1 ball and 2 strikes the count to Mejia. Kircher to the plate. Swing and a miss, and the Sooners win it. In his first appearance, Jackson Kircher strikes out 3 in the 9th inning to polish it off. And Oklahoma has taken the first 2 games of this 3-game series from CSUN. First time for you up here, Kendall Pettis. What did you think of the Sooners today?
How about that for a first win on the first time? And I was really excited to be up here, man. And I was really thankful for everyone who kind of made this happen. But on the Sooners and for the boys, man, I'm proud of what they did. I think the bullpen really held it down. I think Malachi did a really good job. And